All right. As I don't know if we're up yet. Are we up yet? All right, yeah. As we wait for everyone to show up for the live stream, it usually takes a few minutes when I just go live right away instead of putting that preview tab up. I'm gonna go over a little bit about what we'll discuss. People are already showing up, so it'll probably be just brief. If you're rewatching this when it's already posted, just skip ahead about a minute or two, and then we'll be likely kicking things off. Just to let you know, if you haven't seen the Joker Flaws and Awes video that is posted, had a hell of a lot of fun with that one, and it was probably my favorite to date. I've seen some of you already commented that it was your favorite to date to watch so far. I don't know, just incredible. I love when movies like that have so many small details, and like especially just Arthur being on the bus and looking out the window. It's something that is so inconsequential when you first watch it, and you just breeze right through it. I watched the movie 3 times before I noticed, oh shit, that's that camera angle. All camera angles are done on purpose, but they're not all done to reveal something about the character. Not everything. Some are just done because they look cool. Some are just done because, they're in that's just how it is, especially certain ones where it's like there's only a few ways to shoot it. So when I peeped that, I went back and looked at each time he was looking out the window and connected it, and I was like, oh, that shit I love. I'm kind of excited and dreading the very first terrible movie that I do with the Flaws and Awes style, because I don't know if that's going to be a hell of a lot of fun to rip, or if that's just going to be, oh my god, to get through. You know what I'm saying? I have a feeling it's going to be fun to a certain degree. Certain ones. Some are just going to be like, get me through this already, Because with Flaws and Awes, it's not just first off, you're not looking at technical stuff. It's not like only stuff that is technical flaws, and or else you wouldn't get anything. You wouldn't get anywhere, especially when it comes to art is subjective. So the idea of Flaws and Awes is to pick what the majority of the viewer base would likely agree on. You're gonna have the minority, or you're gonna have some people that just love this scene that literally means nothing, but that's their favorite scene, whatever it is, the charm, the charisma in that scene. I'm going to miss those. Everyone's going to miss those, because it's trying to pick what the majority would either like and dislike, and then that way you can showcase that. Because once we build a big library, the idea moving forward with Flaws and Awes and certain content that falls in line with that on this channel is, and I made up my mind recently. I've been battling with this for like a year or two, whether I wanted, because once I go down this direction, that's it, I'm done. But I'm doing it 100%. But a big part of that is, and it's weird because when I say it, I don't mean it to sound how it sounds, but the simple way to say it is, I want to make videos where it shows Hollywood. This worked, this didn't, outside of the generic, this worked, this didn't, that we see out there now. Like just, Endgame worked, so okay, let's copy that in Star Wars, and don't pretend they didn't. They literally copied Endgame for Star Wars. And if you think that wasn't a decision where J.J. Abrams or whoever added that, contributed that, if you think for a minute that it was just coincidence and they didn't for a moment go, I can't handle this. What worked? Okay, fans loved Endgame. I'm going to borrow this, tweak this, and yada, yada, yada. If you don't think they're doing that, you're nuts. You're just nuts. That's 100, 1,000, 1,000,000% what they did. And it's easy for us to shit talk any reviewer. It's easy to shit talk because you don't got that pressure of doing nothing. If you handed me the Star Wars franchise and you said, Ronnie, make a 3-part movie, the cocky part of me with my creativity, I'm like, listen, I already got a spec script of these twins on this place. There's even a statue, like an honorable statue of Luke Skywalker. I even did it to where there's no facial features. It's just like a hoodie, and it's a planet that's off to the side that's supposed to be hidden. And then by the end of it, Luke visits him as a Force ghost. So part of the end of the movie, or at least the first part, it was a writing exercise too to come up with a Star Wars. Anyway, the ending would have, since he spoke to Luke as a Force ghost, this young Jedi would end up, who's a sculptor, would end up adding Luke's face to that statue that was in their homeland. Small, but it was cool because I was trying to come up with like the Sinister Sith or the Rise of the Sith. I don't like Rise of the Sith because of the Rise of Skywalker, but it has a Sith fucking Yoda, like a Sith type Yoda, as the Emperor Palpatine type of character, where he doesn't fight but he controls everything in the background. And it's got a group of six Siths, and one is creepy, and he's like a little clairvoyant, so he can track the Force, and they hunt down people with the Force. It's twisted though; it's real twisted. Even in the beginning, when they kill one of the mentors, he gets impaled through the tree, and the one guy's just like, nah, and he rips him right through. And I tried to make it to where it was written. Long story short, if I really had that franchise, the pressure would be crushing. So I understand that. We all understand that. But at the end of the day, when you get critical, it's easier to just say, hey, this didn't work. But when you got to do it, listen, when the pressure is really in your hands, shit just gets real. It's different than just pretending if you can do it. You know what I mean? It's night and day different than just pretending if we can do it. So anyway, that's one main thing I want to do with the channel, with that series, is to say, for the most part, this worked and that's why it worked, and this didn't and that's why it didn't. And it's a fun review style, I feel, for just people like me and you who are into movie reviews. On the flip side, there's that practical aspect where I'm hoping one day maybe people who are up and coming, you guys are in film school, any of y'all could go back to the thing and use it like a lesson board. Go back and, okay, here, Ronnie's picking all the shit that works and didn't work for the most part. You know what I'm saying? You can scroll through the comments, get involved with the community. That's in a big part what Flaws and Aws and essentially the Tally, that's what it's supposed to be about. And I think we're on the right path. I gotta crunch a few things. And I gotta make some tweaks. I already know it. But I think the Flaws and Aws is on the right path for sure. You guys let me know what you think about this. And then we're going to get into some of the Walking Dead content. I know there's a bunch of Walking Dead news that I haven't covered because I was working on the Joker Flaws and Aws. But originally it was CinemaScore was the original name for Flaws and Aws. I didn't use it because it's too close to CinemaSins, and they already do something that's similar, because we have the ding and we're picking out what works and what doesn't work, and they pick out what doesn't work. But on the flip side, if we wanted to do merchandise to help the channel, CinemaScore is a real thing. They got a trademark, copyright. So mine would have to be different. I don't know. You'd have to spell score with a K, mash the words together. I don't know. I think they'd spell it with one word. So instead of going with CinemaScore, I just went with Flaws and Aws, which was like the backup title. I was still tempted on just calling the channel CinemaScore and saying, fuck it, let's just do that. But again, I don't know. And I don't want to keep messing and changing things around. This is going to be hella strong. I had a back end of, not a back end, but the ass end of whiskey bottle. I put like this much whiskey and that much soda just to get rid of it. Anyway, awesome Joker vid. Thank you very much, Johnny. Appreciate that. What's up? Miss a few chats. We'll stop missing them, bruh. Flaws and Aws. Thank you. Thank you, Midnight. Glad you're here. Joker, Flaws and Aws of Fire. I'm going to stop with the live streams. I need to read everyone's comments, and I'm going to stop with it. And I mean out loud. I've been checking out other streams and stuff like that, and I noticed it's rare. I don't see anyone, to be honest, reading everyone's comments, and I try to read everyone's. And I think two things negatively, honestly, it's like it negatively impacts just the flow of it, reading everything, because not everything matters, not everything fits. So I'm gonna read them in my own head. But with live streams, I've always been afraid of dead air. So that's why I'm always reading, talking, and I try, because dead air, I'm like afraid of boring people. So, yeah, just making a few little changes. I gotta not be afraid of some dead air every now and then. Oh, you're at work? Well, sorry. um, Smoking Aces. I remember being entertained, but I don't remember loving it. I remember having a positive reaction to it, but just not like, oh my god. Mm. The next Doomsday Kingdom is coming out soon. James is actually working on it. He just did a live stream drawing one of the pages. I went back in and was tweaking some things because the release schedule was a lot slower than. See, originally it was written to release one a month. So when you're reading and you got 12 issues in a whole year, you're going to be burning through that story. However, if it's 2 years and we're only on 5 issues, and we are working on, like, for real, what are we going to do next in order to, and again, this is, are we going to be able to maintain and do this our own separate way? Which, I'll be honest, right now I don't know how that would work because we don't have the funding. Unless we got a crowdfunding that blew up. If that blows up and gives us the platform we need, we're golden. We have enough readers right now where if we crowdfunded and that set the artist up, for example, because that's very important. He has a full-time job. They give him overtime already. If that's on and popping, I lost my train of thought. Yeah, if that gets him set up, and from that point on, he can just kind of like jump into the comic, full as his full day job. And then from there on, we maintain those sales and we're doing an issue a month again. That's one possibility, or which is a tough one because you don't know. We don't know if that's going to happen. Or if we go with a publisher, which is, again, it's something where I'm like, okay, let's do it. But then we hear so many other people say, don't even go with a publisher. Which, and again, it's like for example, there's, oh my God, Comic Artist Pro Secrets, Ethan Van Sciver. He does some comic book mentoring and stuff, and he does some Indiegogo, and I didn't find anything yet that makes me hate the guy. Apparently there's all this controversy around the dude. I haven't run into anything yet where I have any reason to hate the guy. But one thing I will say as far as criticism goes is I hear what he says about don't go to Image, don't go to other and my whole thing is like, you have to understand though, you really have to detach and put yourself in to other people's shoes. We don't have royalties, house. I miss one paycheck and I'm fucked. Like, my life is fucking upside down. Most of us probably are watching, you take that one paycheck and it's like, oh my God, code red. You take one more paycheck and you're done. You're absolutely done. It crushes so much. So, I don't know, man. I don't think I buy that. On one flip side, it's like, okay, we need to just do it. So we're working on it. We're going to release volume 1. Depending on that, how it is in crowdfunding, we're going to see what we really do for the future of Doomsday Kingdom. Big goals for the channel is 2020 is it, bro. We're either bringing it up. I'm reaching out and getting in touch with different people that work with analytics and shit like that. We're either bringing the channel up or I'm not walking away completely, but by the end of 2020, if we don't do it, I'm just throwing in the towel, and it'll be, I'm not gonna Make a Path Presents nothing. It'll just turn into the personal channel and rock out with whenever I get around to doing something that's solid, and I'm gonna focus on my writing and getting that out there. I've talked to a couple members to be testers and stuff with the possible horror anthology I might put out this year. I think the first story is solid. I mean, it gives me the chills when I think about it, but it's kind of like a new blend on a slasher in a way, but it's got some creepy elements to it. Will I do gaming streams on my personal channel? Yeah, I'll be back over there. I already started posting videos on the personal channel. We did the Predator statue I repainted. I just reviewed Steelbook, protective covers. It's the personal channel, so it's slowly starting. But this year, I'm gonna be doing random streams and gaming stuff. Yeah, I'm so happy that subway bathroom scene was improv. Yeah, he just runs in and hides the gun, and I'm so glad they changed that. It shows that they really cared because they knew there was something with that didn't fit, and they took a moment to just let it, just let it be, let it happen. Prince who? Yeah, Prince White. As far as where the channel goes when The Walking Dead ends, I'm not at all worried because this channel is soon to be detached from The Walking Dead as a Walking Dead only real soon. Trust me. That's not a bother at all. I will not do Flaws and Aws for GOT Season 8. If I do another show, it's going to have to start with the first episode, and I'm not doing that yet. Unless we had solid backing and I can pay for a editor or something, I'm not doing Game of Thrones anytime soon. Blow, I would consider it for a movie Flaws and Alls. I don't have faith in the Walking Dead franchise. I'm rooting for it, but I see a lot of red flags poking up here and there. A lot of it has to do with budget, I'll be honest. Yeah, Netflix has some zombie content, but it's not all that great, I don't think. Ronnie, do you determine success by money or of how you feel in your everyday life, or what is more important to you? Well, there's a couple things here. If you're being well, again, that's damn tricky because there's a lot of more complexity there. I mean, you could succeed in a huge way and blow all your money on coke and you're flat broke. You still succeeded. So, no, I think it's not even anything to compare and look at. Success should be based on, and in a way it does connect with money. It absolutely does because a lot of success brings in some type of money. So it's always going to be connected, but I think that blinds people to that being success. You can start something that you are insanely passionate about and you're only making, $200,000 a year, which is still amazing to a lot of people, but people who make, $200,000 in a day will look at you like you didn't succeed when in reality everything you did, they might have woke up out of bed and their family was like, "Oh yeah, we're rich here. Here's a future for you, your kids, your grandkids." But that other person could have started in the slums and had to fight for this, that, and the third. Again, so it's hard to. There's more complexity than just saying it's this or it's that. I would I would consider or count it based on the obstacles you're overcoming. I was looking back through your channel, realize, oh yeah, that was a while ago. I have no thoughts on that, Jordan, about the new Joker, the new Batman movie, unless it is confirmed. I'm not. It's rare when I am into stuff that's like not confirmed. It has to hit. It has to hit the G spot, homie. There's a certain spot where it's like, oh yeah, yeah. But I just don't care unless it's official. I just don't have any thoughts because I don't know. My brain sometimes it won't allow me to have fun with shit like that. Because what if I get too into it and then tomorrow it's like, oh yeah, that was a stupid rumor. It's like, wow, I wasted precious brain power. Hole in my lip. You didn't see that. Star Wars trilogy had been better if they had a twist where Luke Skywalker was the villain. Fuck no, Steven. And the movie's parallel what happened to his father. No. For one, we already got what happened to his father, and two, they already gave us solid. Anything outside of Luke being Luke is just forced garbage. I'll be straight up and real with you. No. Favorite classic Western? I don't think I even have one, to be honest. Not a classic. Slizzle 2290 with a $4 dono. Will you do playthrough of Last of Us 2? Oh, absolutely. You don't even gotta ask, brother. That's going on the channel for show. For show. Yo, what's up, Pure Bacon? Bacon. Will you do Flaws and Alls for God Season 8? Oh, my bad. I missed your comment, homie. What's your favorite classic Western? Is eventually Matt. Yeah, well, whenever you do, join the Matt Mob if you want to. And if money's tight for you, I understand, brother. Trust me, you're preaching to the choir. But those who are members and Patreon, check Patreon, check the map, because the map members get their own private. It's in the news feed all the same, I think, but you're the only ones who can see the Matt Mob posts and stuff. Check those because we already started polling for the future Flaws and Alls. And remember, that is reserved for all tiers of Patreon and then the Map Mob. So if you want to be involved with voting, once we start picking up activity, for the most part, we're still at, most members don't care. They just want to support and do the regular videos. But once we get rolling, I would like to do side things for members to add to the value they're getting for supporting. But right now, and I appreciate it, most members are just like, get the channel up and going and healthy on its own, and then we'll worry about extras. But I'm slowly starting to incorporate them. That'll be permanent from here moving out, and then adjusting some of the tiers and figuring things out on that end. No, we can have some whisperers in season 11, but not all of them. No, I don't care for the black and white Walking Dead crap. It was done simply to, and I'll be real with you. Listen, and I hate how I come off sometimes, because I come off as like an asshole. I don't mean to be that, but I don't know, man. It's just how I'm wired. Like the raw, brutal truth, it's just there. Like, let's be real. Robert Kirkman saying, and I don't mean this to come out bad or mean or antagonistic, but let's be real. Him making the Walking Dead comic was financially motivated, key number one. It's nice to say, oh, I like it in black and white because it reminds me of the Romero movies. If you started and you had all the money in the world, he would have made it into color. 100, 1,000, 1,000,000%, homie. Who you fucking playing? Color's better. Boom, bong, done, fight me. You know, it's better. All the way better. Do I like how they look in black and white? Yeah, there's certain images I love, but at the end of the day, give me color. It's better. So, no, it's ridiculous to make a black and white TV show, movie, anything as a direct adaptation. You want to do it right? Put it out in color and do what The Mist did. A special edition that's black and white that comes free with the goddamn Blu-ray. Done. You know, problem solved. But no, I don't buy all that hoopla about, oh, we went black and white because, and I know he said it where, you know, he was admitting, well, you know, it's cheaper to do it in black and white, but I'll be real with you. It was a decision made for money at the end of the day. It's cheaper, a lot cheaper. Are you going to stream Last of Us Part 2? Hell yes. Does it bear shit in the woods? Slizzle 299, whatever. Do I think it'll be insane? No, I don't. The Walking Dead 10B, he's asking. How do I want the first Rick movie to open up? I have no idea. I haven't thought about it. It's a struggle trying to think of, do I want time to pass or do I want to see him get to that facility? Some part of me thinks, yeah, I want to see him get to that facility. You know what I mean? But then I understand how hard that would be when you're writing that story. That would be hard to get to the facility and then skip time. It would come off clunky, or at least it has the potential. Have I read The Dark Tower? No. No, I haven't read into them. There's a few books I want to get into, you know, but I haven't done it. Thanks, Louis Cotrone. Did I say that right? I appreciate that. What's up, Spin? Do I think The Walking Dead Season 9 was that good? I don't know. What do you mean that good? Rotten Tomatoes rated it highest season overall. I don't think I would go that far. It's up there, I do feel. But keep in mind, And that comes in after 2 really rugged seasons, so it really distorts how you rate it. What's my opinion on the show Snowfall? I don't have one. I haven't seen it yet. You still got PayPal? Yeah, I still got PayPal. Aaron, please do not send like $1 or 50 cents. And that goes out to anybody. I know I might be mixing you up. It might not be you, but someone, there's like 3 of you who spam me like 20 cent, 50 cent, 80 cent donations. And I absolutely appreciate the idea. Let that collect up and do it all at once. And I'm not saying that. I'm trying to word it right, but all you're doing is giving eBay money. Or PayPal money, whoever owns PayPal. You're just giving them extra change. And I know it's small, but they're multi-billionaires already. What are you doing? Like, I don't get any of that, you know? I know I counted through them, and I gotta have at least 50 or more, way more, recently too, that are like 50 cent. PayPal takes that all. I forget what the limit is, but I think if it's under $1, just honestly keep it. I would rather have you have it than PayPal take it all. And I'll be straight up real with you, because that's like $50 floating around, $50 plus that y'all could have just kept. You know, I much would have rather that than PayPal just takes it. Because I don't know what the minimum is, but I know someone, I could have sworn it was like they gave me 60 cents and PayPal was like, yeah, yeet. You know, they took it all. So just chill. Will I do Flaws and Aws of Eli from Netflix? I don't know. I haven't seen it yet. From this moment on, Flaws and Aws is going to be up to the members, the ones supporting financially. That's one thing that we added on to the reward tiers. We're going to have, or I should say we do have methods to tweak it. Like coming up, I'm going to say everyone gets 1 pick. You get 1 comment, you know, pick a movie. Every movie with double picks is going to get pulled and added to the polls. We have stuff like that coming up, but the next Flaws and Aws is getting picked by the members. And we already started. Everyone gets 5 picks. And out of that 5, I already made a list. If you guys want to see the list, you can see it. And then what we do from that point on. Actually, I think I got it right here. Don't forget, remind me, we have Walking Dead stuff coming up. Yeah, here's the list so far. We have Walking Dead news articles coming up. Let me move my face out of the way. The way the list goes is every member gets 5, and then I get 5. So here's the temporary list minus the franchises. The only franchise that got picked right now is Scream. But I was testing something out with the franchises and how to do them. Should we start with the first episode of a franchise always, or do we bounce around? What does it matter? But these are all the ones that were picked so far. All MAP members get 5. So if you're a MAP member, find that post on YouTube or Patreon and go and vote now. Everyone gets 5 picks. So we got the Aliens ones. I think Dawn of the Dead has 2. And again, here's the struggle. Do we just start with a sequel remake, or do we start from the very beginning? And that's something I'm fighting with, because I'm going to say, yo, you guys pick it. But to be honest, it looks like right now the leader is Terminator 2 and Dawn of the Dead. I didn't add some, so I'm trying to remember, which ones got voted up. I Am Legend got 2 votes. So everyone, for the most part, picked like all different shit. So right now it's looking good. We get a few more tiebreakers in there and to mix it up. And we only had like 2% of members vote. You know, there's, I think there's like 40 members. Maybe it's like 10%, something like that. So there's a lot more that can still jump on and vote to get it going. What's one thing I'm really worried about with Last of Us 2, if at all? Story. I think story's the biggest thing. I'm not worried about gameplay. I'm not worried about the characters. Not worried about the graphics. I think story is the one thing. Let me slide my face back in a position. I think story is the one thing that can frustrate me. And I am, and I'll be real with you. I I get as annoyed as most people when we hear this SJW, anti-SJW bickering back and forth. You're both assholes, let's be honest. Sorry, but both sides. And we're talking about to the extreme. There's all sorts of normal people that are on their own. I'm talking about we got to come up with a name for them. Anyone who's to an extreme. If you're a person to the extreme, you're probably an asshole. I'm worried about that slipping in to some degree because there was certain things that were said, and it's kind of like, any tips on making an independent comic? I'm currently writing one. Well, can you draw? I mean, just tons of tips, but it's like, what specifically? Because the best tip is to be able to write and draw all in one. If not, then I pray to God you can find someone to work with. I mean, I got lucky, man. Me and James, he's the artist for my comic. We click. At this point, we're friends. You know what I'm saying? We check up on each other regularly, see how shit's going on. So right now we started. He was a fan of the channel, and at this point in time, it's been a couple years now. We're friends making a comic together. So, I got hella lucky when it came to that. So, I don't know. You're gonna run into people when you're gonna think about it and it's not gonna work. I ran into a few people that were like, "Oh man, I want to draw. I'm do a comic," and here to find out, they just their head's not in the right place. They're thinking of money first in a unrealistic way, and it's so you gotta put something down specifically, and maybe I can help you there. I don't like Dragon Ball, no. American Psycho, Flaws and Oz. That's a possibility, When you get a chance, maybe a year from now, Cigarette Burns, Master of Horror by John Carpenter, starring Norman Reedus. Weird original story. Cigarette Burns. I think I even wrote that down once before. It's just, like I said before, I spelled that wrong, but Monday through January to March is already booked solid, so I'm probably not gonna do anything except for because they delayed The Last of Us 2. So January through March is already booked solid. So I might not even have time to watch a single friggin' movie. You know what I mean? I'm on YouTube on my phone, and there's one channel I can join. I'm not subscribed to them though, but I can't join your channel on YouTube. I don't understand how that's a problem. I don't know what you mean. There's only one channel you can join. You're supposed to be able to join as many people as you pay for. You know what I mean? I don't get how you're having that issue. Have you seen the New Mutants trailer? It didn't intrigue me. Tristan Hughes, YouTube career Well, no, the YouTube career is weird. It took off and it just ran away from me in a different direction. And did you have higher expectations for yourself, or did you succeed your original expectations from the beginning? I don't know how to answer that. I knew right from the gate I was diving in to build a channel up. I wasn't like, and again, I'm going to be real, which I see so many people that are like, oh, I can't believe that. No, when I jumped in to do YouTube, I jumped in to get 100,000, 200, 500,000, or I'm not doing it. You know what I mean? I jumped in with a purpose. Set something up, something I can roll with. And I got to 100K a lot quicker than I expected. I'll be honest, I was definitely shocked in that, department, but it does get away from you a bit because you get sucked in and you're doing this, and this, and it gets away from you. If I could go back in time, the one thing I would have done from the gate is I wouldn't have went The Walking Dead hardcore. To this point, and I'll be real again, it has hurt the channel. Just studying the analytics, and I've been meeting with people who run analytic information for a living, and you can see it in just the numbers. Everything that's The Walking Dead gets traffic. Everything that doesn't gets considerably less, because again, the focus is people are here for The Walking Dead. So when it's not Walking Dead, it gets less, and it's telling YouTube that those videos bury them. And I can't get I'm trying to get new people for the movie Flaws and Alls. I can't get them because YouTube is burying all of them. Meanwhile, I got a channel I never promote and never do anything with, Tally, and stat-wise, it's blowing up. Now, again, those are tiny numbers because it's just a channel I started to test analytics, and everything's at like 700+%. and again though, given it's a channel that had zero anything and brand new, so when it's getting 10 views, 100 views, 50 views, those numbers are going to be, it might be blowing up, but you're still getting really low numbers. And we'll see, though, soon enough. In March, I'll know a lot better how the channel is doing once we break more and more away from The Walking Dead. And I mean that by we're doing The Walking Dead. We're still doing it, but we're not doing it daily, and we're not doing predictions, and we're not doing theories. We're doing the reviews, the important stuff, the movies, all the shows. That should be good enough with all the stuff coming out now. In your humblest of humble opinions, I don't know what you're saying, Manhammer. Do you season 7 premiere episode was that? Do I think it was the last really epic? No, I don't think it was the last really epic one. I'm not sure how you're wording that. I mean, I think there was better premieres than season 7. I don't think that was the best. I've watched zombie movies and none of them made me feel like Day of the Dead. The gore in it's right on the line, being over the top and excessive, still believable. Jason Lawrence with a $5 love tap, nut tap. Would you consider A Flaws and Aws for one of my favorite, my movie of the last decade, The Cabin in the Woods? By the way, it's pronounced Jay Sean. Jay Sean. I never would have got that, and now that I look at it, it should be pronounced Jay Sean. Like I said, brother, it's all up to the Matt Mob picking at this point. I wouldn't be surprised if Cabin in the Woods made it on the list. I'm just not sure how soon it would jump on the list. But it might definitely end up on there. And for the record, I love Cabin in the Woods too. I was thinking Cabin Fever, but you mean the one with Thor and the dude with the bong and his hidden bong. Yeah, that Cabin in the Woods is good shit. I love that. Thoughts on Gimple interviews? We're about to talk about him, or at least I expected to talk about him. And I'm happy I didn't put The Walking Dead in the thumbnail this time, because people got mad last time. It's like, how dare you not talk about The Walking Dead? It's like, bro, I'm getting there. We usually chit-chat for 2 hours. Chill the fuck out, When is Doomsday Kingdom issue coming? I don't have a date yet. What's your least favorite Star Wars movie? I would say The Last Jedi, but I haven't seen Rise of the Skywalker yet. I've seen a bootleg version, but I'm not going with anything until I see it in the crisp form that it should be. But Last and Rise, oh my God, they're fighting for the championship. How tall and old are you, Ronnie? Why? Why, Felix? I'm 5'9". I'm 49 pounds. I fucked that up so bad. I'm 49 years old. Not really, though. The more the Walking Dead universe adds shows and movies, the more I just give up. I'm only watching for the Whisper of War. I feel you on that. It seems a bit much. Missed you too, Adam. Why hasn't NECA took over the Walking Dead figures? I don't know, but I truly think the guy behind NECA is not a fan of the Walking Dead, because he has said some shit on Twitter which makes it seem like, and again, it could be how I'm reading it, but he says some shit to make it seem like, oh, they're too good for that. And it's like, bitch, please, look at some of the shit you make. And I love NECA, but come on. Come on. You made Blade Runner, which, great movies, fucking love them, but figure-wise, people don't want that shit. They were some of the only NECAs that I saw get clearance to $2 in FYE, and no one bought them still. If it was today, I would have bought them, because now I'm getting into painting and ripping stuff apart, stripping it, repainting it, recreating stuff. I would have done that. But back then, I was looking at that, and the only other thing I've ever seen go on sale massively is the Alien accessory pack, and I kicked myself in the ass, because I had that in my hands for like $4, and I was like, meh, just whatever, bro. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know what's going on with it, but I wish NECA, I'd start all over if NECA did the license. I would start all over. I saw Frailty, whatever. I liked it. No, I didn't hear about that one, Richard Joseph. I think Dina from Last of Us 2 will betray Ellie and be the main villain. What do you think? How dare you, Kelly? How dare you? I was the first one on the internet, as far as I know, who came up with that theory. I made a video and I posted it. You can check it, pull my card. I made that as a possibility. I think it would be a wild twist that actually has some substance to it. So that's what I think. You can watch my full video if you want. If Terminator fought the Predator, who do you think would win? Well, that's a tricky one. I'm going with the Predator. Would you be a Judith action figure? Too bad it's not likely. I would take a Judith action figure. She's got to go with Rick and Carl, you know? What are some challenges you didn't anticipate starting Doomsday Kingdom? Time. As far as challenges, time and promotion, to be honest. Promotion's a really big thing, you know? But again, there's a lot that's in the ballpark of art that I can't talk about. You know what I mean? Because I do the story. We both jump in when it comes to helping to promote, helping to do this, helping to do that. But we both have distinct different jobs where I'm the writer, he's the artist, so I can't speak on the art aspect. I would imagine like just getting the time, you know, for the art alone for him would be a huge factor. But when you're really doing it, you know, that stuff weighs heavy. But as far as anticipate, I think promotion would be one of the biggest, because it's tricky with a comic book. I don't know. It's tricky. And again, we'll go into that in a whole new thing, but a whole nother video, but it is tricky. You ever do Flaws and Alls in Zombieland? Again, possible. People have to vote for it, though. Did you ever approach comic book publishers like Image? No, not yet. Dark Horse or submit your work? Not yet, not officially. Oh, and we are going to be doing that, but we were holding back to see if we're going to do it ourselves. We had what's the word I'm looking for? Like advice or whatever, to do it ourselves. And again, it's something that you really have to battle with. Because if we were both working full-time on the comic, then it'd be no problem. But we're not, and there's a big reason for that. It doesn't generate enough income for us to live off doing that. We'd go broke immediately and be asked out. Oh, yeah, I won't be able to do something like that, Brian. That's like one of those things where it's like, that's a real big project. Thoughts on A Quiet Place? I thought it was all right. Season premiere episode was the last really epic. Great. But else since it aired? Yeah, I guess so, because it was like the anticipation for the war, and it felt big. Even fighting the Whispers feels big, but that felt like it was, you know, communities come to war, and it was the first big one with Negan. I guess so. Absolute worst horror movie is by Rob Zombie. It's called 38 or 31. I forget. Such a waste of time. Good video idea for the channel would be the coolest zombie design across any movie. The Walking Dead, a top 10. I thought about pulling zombie designs. I even have a file with images from zombies, and there's some really great ones that you never even see. It's off in the distance somewhere, and oh my god, they look, or they get lost in the horde. It looks amazing. Thank you very much, Sean. I appreciate that support. Glad you like the Flaws and Alls, because I fucking love making those. Better character, Ellie. Ellie, and then Clem, and then Judith. We just haven't had enough for her, though, in fairness. Did you see Zombieland 2? No, not yet. Oh, it probably was, Kelly. I think this channel was where you heard of that rumor. Some people got mad when I said that. I forget why, but they got real pissed. All right, let's pull up some articles here in a minute. Let me read through some more, and we'll pull up some articles, and we'll actually knock out some substance based on what's going on in the world of The Walking Dead. Like Sherry, The Sherry spoiler reveal. Oh, what are they doing? So many people are yelling at them. Why would you do that? Why would you spoil that shit on your site, you know? I don't know why they did it, but I think they thought it would help with promotion. We're going to get into that Dwighty boy, but as far as who I want to see, backstory-wise, I think I wouldn't mind a little bit on Governor. Sure, Tyrese and Sasha and Negan, I'd see a little bit of those, sure. I'm not excited about any other game. I'm sure there's games that are going to come along and I'm like, "Oh, that's what's up," but I kind of detached from gaming news. So, I don't know. That's the only one I know of that I got pre-ordered. Anything else? I mean, Days Gone 2 whenever that gets announced, if that gets announced. Favorite Joker, Heath or Joaquin? You know, it's been Heath for a long time and I still struggle with it because it's on such a different level. Like, even if you said you get one full movie, well, that's not fair. We had one. Bro, I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. It's a tie. A situation where someone buys The Walking Dead from AMC, I don't ever see that happening. Psych. Maybe in 20 years or some shit. But right now, I don't see that happening. Unless some company comes in and they're like, yo, we got the dough. You know what I'm saying? I didn't watch 3 from Hell. No, Louis Catroni, right? Whatever it says when you go to buy Doomsday Kingdom, there's no secret second print. If you're buying a Doomsday Kingdom issue number 1, on the website, it will straight up tell you issue 1, it's the yellowish color cover. Those are all first prints. Second print has a completely different cover, and we don't have a second printing of issue 2, 3, or 4. We didn't hit our max yet with the print run. So there's no second printings at this time of issue 2, 3, or 4. I would imagine once we do big hype and we sell a big chunk, we might run into that issue where we're going to do it, but we still have a good stack where we're good for the print run. So, yeah, again, there's no second printing for 2. There's a variant cover, but again, that's still a first print variant. My question, John H., why is your comic 40 pages per issue? Just curious. I mean, if this is something you're just doing as a fun project for yourself and you're just like, there it is, I'm only doing one. If it's something you're putting out like an actual comic, just do the 20, bro. I think the standard is like 21, 22 pages. Just do the 22, I'm pretty sure. Because right there, one of your comics are 2 comic books. And I say that for practical reasons. One is you have a 40-page comic, unless you're selling that bitch for $10, you're going to screw yourself over. But again, that's if you're trying to sell it though and do it like a job. You need to break it down. 20, I want bigger stories, but that's the easiest way to do it. People will pay $4 or $5 for the 20 pages with all the doodads. You know, it's like 32 total when you do all the bonus pages. Oh yeah, Scott, you like Bone Tomahawk? I love that. Yeah, I was disappointed with the first half of season 10. Did you hear that The Walking Dead ruined Beta's backstory on their YouTube and nobody noticed it? You mean revealed or spoiled? Yeah, I found out they've been telling people what his backstory is. They came right out in an interview recently. Scott Gimple came right out and said, Beta's a country singer. Done. They already came out and said it. Yeah, I think the cast cares about The Walking Dead for sure. I want to watch Wreck. I really, really do. For some reason, I just haven't yet. Colored tattoos are fine. Oh, I love Limbo. The game. Wait, moving your comic to Indiegogo? We're doing the first volume on Indiegogo. That's been the plan for a few months now. Well, Comicsgate is a tricky thing because, for one, I don't care what it is. I shouldn't say never. Only Siths, how does that go? Deal with something or other. I don't stick with titles because all it takes is for someone to not understand the title, and now they assume you're a certain thing. So I don't really. Yeah, Comicsgate is great, but I'm never gonna jump up and be like, I don't know. I don't even know how that works. Because again, if someone has a twisted whatever, someone could just be a completely degenerate, use that title, and now the title is tainted. But yeah, I seen it. It is big, and there's even something I supported to check out and see how it was, printing wise, shipping wise, and yada yada yada. I'm keeping in the know with that, but we are moving to Indiegogo for the volume. That's going to contain issues 1 through 5, all in one book. Michael Ellis says, a thought I had with your Joker flaws in Oz is that the Oz seem a bit overused to where it didn't have the same effect when getting an awe. What do you think? Enjoying the series a lot. Keep it up. I mean, can't do anything about that. I even trimmed some down and did combinations. But here's the thing is, maybe that's because I don't want it to. I didn't try to make it. It's not supposed to be like, bam, you know what I mean? It's literally counting good, bad, good, 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 bad, 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 good, good. I will not absolutely change it because there's a lot of good. That's the point of it. When we get those movies that are terrible, you're going to get bombarded with flaws. I will not change that because it doesn't matter about the sound of it, about how many times we talk about something good. None of that matters. What matters is clearly stating this worked, this didn't. That's the only thing when it comes to brutally honest, when it comes to flaws and Oz, that is the only thing that matters. Yeah, having a movie that has so many Oz, I will not I did combine the ones that didn't hurt. Like when it came to the score, I'm not going to stop the score. So I combined it at 8 or 9 moments. There was certain scenes that have multiple flaws. I combine them up. But when I talk about something good, yeah, I don't mean it to have an effect at all. I never even thought about that, to be honest, until you said that. We're only counting good and bad. That's the only purpose of it. And having fun doing it. Ronnie, I haven't seen Joker yet, but I got my Steelbook, and I promise the moment I get done watch that, I'm going to take my happy ass to your channel, watch. Oh, yeah? Well, watch that. Watch that, and let me know what you think about it. I've seen there's another Steelbook. I think it's in Finland. Do we have anyone in the Matt family from Finland or something? It's Joker with his hands out, all dressed up, and the car's on fire, cash is flying around. The back of the Steelbook, and I think the inside, it's all the same, but the front is different. I was like, oh my God. Now, I like the Best Buy Steelbook too, but oh my God, I want both of them, but I can't find that. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that as a writer. How do you handle writer's block? I fucking handle it quite well, to be honest. Listen, here's the thing, though. when you're on a job and you gotta write, writer's block is a bitch, and it happens, and the more you focus on it, the more it's gonna beat you down. What I do is if I need to get something done, one of the easiest tricks is to just move on and do a different piece, do a different part, and eventually it'll settle in. Your head will clear up and something will come out. So that's the only tip I got when it comes to that. Because when you try to force it or get frustrated, it'll just build up, back up, and then you'll question yourself. But when it comes to me and how I'm doing my writing, if something's jamming me up on Doomsday Kingdom, and keep in mind, Doomsday Kingdom, there's no deadline because I'm way ahead of where the story is as far as what you guys are reading. I'm working on, what's coming up in volume 3, 4, 5 as far as polishing it, let alone where you guys are at. So for me, it's like, all right, fine. I'll put it to the side. I work on something else, and then eventually it's going to be like, boom, there it is. So the best tip is to just move on to either a different piece, a different project, put it in a drawer, walk away, clear your head. I think that is some of the best when it comes to writer block. Walk away, get up and just clear your head, do the dishes, do anything, jog, take a shower, watch a movie. Sometimes get down with it and find out why. Well, what is the problem? Well, I'm having a frustrating moment because I want to make this scene creepy. All right, well, then get into some creepy stuff, and then go down that alleyway for some inspiration and some creative, motivation. Which character in The Walking Dead annoyed you the most in the first half of season 10 and why? I don't know if I was really that annoyed. Little things with certain characters, but not enough to where I'm like, oh, that, you know what I mean? I went inside a abandoned building from Rec in Barcelona. I want to show you my YouTube video once you've seen the movie. Oh, nice. Best actor on The Walking Dead, Andrew Lincoln. Have you seen the movie Cell with John Cusack and Samuel Jackson with the cell phones? No, that's a Stephen King book. I haven't seen the movie. Well, yeah, and that's the thing, Michael Ellis. I'm trying to figure out I'm still like lost at what you mean by getting an effect from Here's an Awe, because I never even thought about that until you mentioned it. That's not at all what it's supposed to be. But yeah, if pointing out something good is supposed to give you this dun 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 moment, then Flaws and Awes is not where you're gonna get it. Because it's literally, if there's 10 good moments, we'll pick out 10. If there's 10 million, we'll pick out all 10 million. I don't give a damn how long it takes. The whole thing is to pick out all the good and all the bad and not worry about if you're going to, we don't want to have an annoying buzzer or something. I still don't know about the flaws. Originally, that flaw sound was for slasher movies, the thud with the wet, red. It was supposed to have an animation, but like I said before, my computer can't handle it. I can't even afford to have the animator do it all properly. But it was going to be a splat of blood with an F and then slide down and fade out, and then Awe, I don't think I have the Awe completed yet. There's a few concepts, but it was supposed to be animated. But right now I was just doing that. Even with the A's and F's, I thought, should we just take them out? Does anyone even care? You know what I mean? Is Indiegogo a one-time payment, or is it like Patreon? Now, Indiegogo is one-time. It's like a store where you're buying something. You buy it once and that's it. It's like a store. You buy something. Gotta go, but if I might, love you. Good night. Good night, Ian. I appreciate that. What up, Meow Cat Bissy? I've seen Oz on HBO. I've seen it. I've seen some of it. It never really pulled me in, but one day I might end up watching more of it. I don't know yet. How can a Whisperers chop down a tree, sawdust, woodchuck, something, silent tree chopping, and no evidence? Yeah, good point. That's stupid. Collectible of those you own? I really don't have a favorite collectible, because the minute I go, that clicker bust is outrageously cool. But in the same strength, the Elder Predator I got, and again, I got that as a gift from the Matt family, Wow. Just wow. There's a Jason Voorhees from the Map family, too. A sideshow, 1/6 scale. You know what I mean? Like, oh my God, it's so cool. The eyes, how he looks, the blood splatter. There's artwork. There's the Predator helmet from Spin Spin, right? The Wolf Predator. I mean, I don't know. I mean, at this point in time, I do not have that one piece that stands above everything else. However, if all goes well this year, I want to get one. I want to get one of those ridiculous pieces that people with money get. You know, the Prime one it's called. It would be what you see on the screen behind this thing right here. It's a 1/4 scale Predator statue. It's like my motivation. I look at this and I go, one day, you know, it comes out in like a year. So I have 1 year to get my money right, get on my feet. That would be my holy grail, my ultimate Predator grail. But we'll see. I also said that last year about that Predator bust. That still to this day, I'm like, oh my God. I'm saving a picture because if I ever win the lottery, I'm buying that bitch. I don't care how much. I have a full feature script of a remake of an anti-war film called Johnny Got His Gun. Fine, it's good enough. I'll approach publisher with an artist. Oh, okay. Different project you're talking about. Well, best of luck with that, brother. I don't think anyone's from The Walking Dead is going to win any awards. I don't know what it is, but they got to stick up their ass about it. Dude, if you want to ask Ronnie a question, do this. Yeah. Yeah, definitely at Make a Path Presents. It highlights it, makes it far easier for me to find them. My weapon of choice would be a tomahawk. I think right now, yeah, The Walking Dead should just air the whole season at once. I find it far too frustrating, one at a time. Yes, I want Beta to outlive Alpha on the show for sure. I don't know anything about what Jim uses specifically, and I don't want to give you. I know he uses an iPad, not a wagon tablet. I know it's an iPad. Yeah, that's the thing, Louis Catrone. The Ninja Turtles from NECA are amazing. They look like the Muppets right off the friggin' or the puppets right off the friggin' set. 1/4 scale broke my heart, man. Mikey, I was doing something and I pull him off and I went to set him on the ground and I dropped him like 3 inches and he landed flat like standing up and his leg just exploded like right at the hip joint. Oh my God, my heart was busted. But the detail in the 1/4 scale is amazing. The I don't, but if you get them in a smaller size, they're still fantastic because there's a little more articulation there. It's smaller, so you can I squeeze them on this little shelf here next to my work stuff. They look great. Better episode, No Sanctuary or No Way Out? I don't know, man. I'm gonna go with No Sanctuary because No Way Out pulled that bullshit cliffhanger that was a fake out lie. I don't even know what that was. I think Rick, his absence hurts the most. Not a problem, brother. Not a problem. You're doing a storyboard for a Walking Dead comic? Is that like creative practice? and I'm not shitting on it. I do the same as well. I think of, it'd be hard to do a Star Wars story, so I want to do one. I do that all the time. I was even thinking about starting to share them just to. Where are we at here? Share them, but just to get them out there. But again, it's like creative practice. I call it the creative playground. And do you like roller coasters? Oh, I love roller coasters. I've been to Hershey Park. Yeah, I'm from Pennsylvania, so I've definitely been there. Dating apps? I'll be honest, man. I've never used a dating app. I I don't have an opinion on a dating app. So I know people that use them that, you know, I guess it worked out fine. I don't think I know anyone that's together with someone like that. I just know people who have used apps, but not like a lot because I don't know much about them. Will you explore doing reaction videos? Probably not. Games, shows, movies, etc. on any of your channel? Nah. Reaction? Nah. We're gonna have reaction once in a while to stuff, but I'm not going down the reaction path, Threads? No, I never even heard of that. Threads. Someone had me watch some kind of snuff film, I think. They told me to watch, I forget. It's a movie that's like banned or something, and it's from, it was on YouTube. I forget what it was called, but yeah, some of that shit, I just don't even, like, I can handle gore and violence and shit, but some of it, it is as if someone said, what is something that can just turn everyone's stomach? Let's just do that. But story-wise, it just doesn't have any weight because it's just like gross shit. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah, John H. If it's just for fun, yeah, have at it. I do the same thing, just trying to, because, and again, for any new writers, it does help if you take existing characters and story and do it just for fun, because then you can take other fans, other people, you yourself, if you're unbiased enough to look at it and see, does your writing match with those characters like organically? Could you fill in for a writer on The Walking Dead and write Daryl and Rick? Would fans go, wait, Rick wouldn't do that? Or would they just soak it all in? There's a lot of fans that would just take it all in. But there's a good chunk of them that are like, wait, hold on. That's not at all what Rick would do or Daryl or how they would talk or act. King Dakai, I don't even know what that is. Did you ever sell that piece of artwork you had from Dumpster Dive? Nope, not yet. You could use that cash for the Predator statue. I think someone mentioned that. I keep forgetting. It's in like the corner of my room somewhere. I think because I kept it out from getting messed up. But I have something I found dumpster diving that's a painting that like rich people would put up, and it's worth like $2,000. That would cover the statue by itself. I think I'm gonna leave that for my last, my safety net. If all goes wrong, just try to sell that shit. Do I think the Sherry crossover is fan service? No, because it was necessary the whole time. It was needed. Given Dwight since the crossover, it was needed. That's not fan service. You don't have fans coming out the woodwork. You know what's fan service? Kylo Ren getting with Rey. That's 1,000, 1 million. Fuck out of here. Who you kidding? Fan service. There was no romantic anything with them until the fans started getting off on them getting together, which I don't understand shipping communities. I don't understand it. I watched a shipper do a review, and I swear to God, and I will never make a video of this because I don't want people to go and like harass them or anything, but I'm sorry, I got dumber watching that review. This was a person who was like, a huge Star Wars fan, and then in the middle of the review, they're like, I didn't even know what it was until Force Awakens, and all I care about is Rey and Kylo, and who's the old guy that, whatever his name is, and it's like, fuck off. Like, we got rid of Star Wars just for people to go, I don't even know who Luke is? Get the fuck out of here. Like, what are you doing? Disney, you suck. Like, you suck the biggest cock ever. Like, you just suck, man. And not in a good way either. Your teeth are dragging, you fucking whores. Anyhow, them kissing in Rise of Skywalker, fuck it if it's a spoiler, I don't care. You didn't see it yet, you don't care that much. That's fan service. But Dwight's story being so intertwined with Sherry, it's a necessity. The only time we're going to question whether she comes on the show or not is if, the actress is doing stuff or she's on a bigger gig, because I think she was on a show before. Favorite performance from Andy in The Walking Dead? Oh, I'm sure I'm going to mix it up or miss it or something, but which one would be my favorite performance? I think when he's talking to the governor in season 4, probably one of my favorites. I'd like to see an animated, almost live comic version of The Walking Dead, like straight from the comics panel to screen word for word. Yeah, I talked about them doing that. I thought it would be a great idea. Each would come with a little mini statue. I still think that would be a fantastic idea, especially now, but I don't know contract-wise if they're allowed to. Thoughts on Ghostbusters or Bill Murray movies like Groundhog Day? I don't know what you're looking for there, but yeah, Bill Murray's a classic. I love Bill Murray. Ghostbusters, new or old? If it's old, yeah, I loved it, That's a weird one. Like, I loved it back then, but it's not a franchise that I care for. I don't care if they make more or not. I just don't give it. I don't know what it is with Ghostbusters, but I loved it growing up. They had a cartoon, the movies. We watched them 100 times, but for me, it was like the old Ghostbusters or nothing. I just don't care. They can make a new movie and it's great and it's like, yeah, fuck yeah, but I don't care about Ghostbusters, I just don't care for them to continue. I think they could do something great with it, but I just don't care. When and how should it end? Well, again, now we're getting into complexities. The Walking Dead shouldn't end. It should never end. Not the universe, but the different shows. How should the main show end? Who gives a fuck, Because they have the rest of the universe to go. So how does it end? I don't know. The community lives happily ever after. Set up something for a reunion in 20 years. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't care because the whole thing is going to continue. And that is as real as I could get without faking some type of, I don't know, predicted response. Rosita baby be killed next season? I think she should be. This season, like Lori in the comic, this half. Can you give an idea of what other flaws and alls you're interested in doing? Me personally, The Thing, True Romance, I'll throw that out there. That would be fun to do. I do want to do movies that I don't like or that sucked. So throw some in there just to see. But I might test my test it with some slashers. I personally would love to run through the Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, Scream, the Halloween, all of those. Originally, we were going to start and just do the horror and zombie. We were going to do start with Friday the 13th, then move to Nightmare on Elm Street. Even thinking about that, I get excited because I would love to revisit. We've had people that said they want to go back and do the classics, and then we got, and I'll be real with you, it's a small amount of people, but they only want new movies, which I'll tell you right now, that's not going to happen. The point of the series is to cover everything, old and new, to a certain point. But I would love to jump into some of the more nostalgic stuff for me personally. Horror, sci-fi genre. Oh, Kingda Ka is the tallest roller coaster in the world? I'm game. Sign me up. When it comes to the vision of DK art, who creates the characters? Do you have any Ronnie rough sketches of characters before Jim drew the final product? Well, yeah, you have to. You can't just say, do this character. That's not how it works. Certain ones, like there's a character named Mullet Man, we call him. He's 100% James's creation. Because, again, when I had wrote him, he was a businessman in a thing. But when it came to putting it on paper, instead of loading James up with information that doesn't matter, he made him a mullet man, which again, at that point in time, the club was like downtown. It was the spot. So mullet man should never, ever even be there. You know what I mean? It should be for suits, college kids, the kids that kicked Joker's ass. That's what that bar club area was supposed to be. But right when he did that little sketch, I was like, oh, that's interesting. So, and I didn't peep up and say whatever. This is stuff that's not in the script, but that's, background stuff that you think of as a writer that sets everything up as far as the fleshing it out. So when he did that little thing, I thought, okay, this is a bar, nightclub where we can have more than just yuppies or whatever it is, which is fine. It doesn't change the story. It doesn't even matter. But when it comes to the main characters, they're already fleshed out. So, I guess I could just say, do whatever you want, but then I would have to just drop my whole thing. Like, for example, there's a Native American character coming up, and her being Native American actually is an important point in the plot itself and connected with where they go. And a little spoiler or a little tease, takes place on a reservation. Here's the thing. If I was like, here, James, do whatever character you want. What if he did, someone who, I don't know, came from Mexico? We can't do that. Well, now, let's go crazy with it. What if he did someone visiting from the UK, an artist from the UK? You can't go on a reservation, you know what I'm saying? So the plot needs to change. So for some stuff, yes, the artist, do whatever you want. But for other things, like in the first issue, we have people that scavenge different materials from the cops. So when you find them, they have like the face thing, but they have SWAT from something else. They have camouflage, generic pants. I had to tell him, like, this is what they look like because it's important to the plot. Who they are, what they do, where they scavenge shit from. There's another group that is all in black, and they have, which will be changed now because they literally have a SWAT outfit all black with the face guard, but it's too much like The Walking Dead with the CRM crap. So that's getting changed, which doesn't matter because it just needs an outfit. So no, when it comes to the vision of the DK art, it is like a meeting of two minds when you have a different writer and artist. You have to. 1984, it's about nuclear war and aftermath. Superior to the day after. I'll check that out. Which one is that? Threads? I'll have to take a look. Wait, what did you say? Ronnie, do you think the expanded Walking Dead universe will go where Kirkman didn't want to go? Well, here's the thing. The show can't go for a cure. Cure ruins the story, period. They could, but they need to be careful with it. It needs to be false or misleading. Excuse me, fucking hiccup. We're not going to get into all that, but if they ever bring up a cure soon, it's going to be a mislead. Because again, if you come up with a cure, you're now putting an expiration date on the franchise. This ain't a fucking zombie movie, people. This is a long-lasting TV show that's making people multi-mega millionaires. They're not going to just give you a cure because for some reason you want a cure in the story. They're not doing it. And they shouldn't do it. Again, the cure ruins the story. It puts an expiration date on it immediately. So, no, in one way, I don't think so. And in another way, outside of that, I don't think it matters. I don't think Kirkman was avoiding really anything other than what exactly created the virus. And if they do it on the show, it doesn't matter. It doesn't affect the comic. So I don't think he would really care, to be honest. Show out the basic training tomorrow for the Navy. Have a blast with that, homie. I'm going to miss watching your videos for 2 months, but I'm going to definitely binge on whenever I get back. Well, stay safe, brother. I appreciate the support and what you're doing for our country. Have at it. Will you do a 12-hour gaming stream this year? I don't know. If there's a reason to. For The Last of Us, maybe. Do you have an opinion of Grace Randolph? I forget. I mean, I know who she is. I remember watching one review of her a few months ago, and I've seen her in a few other ones, and we do butt heads when it comes to opinions, with certain movies. I think she's too lenient on certain things, and I'm like, when some stuff I think is done really well, she's just flippant with it, and I'm like, you're crazy. But she said something recently, and I totally forget what it was, but I made the mental note of, I'm never watching anything she fucking does ever again. The review was, in my opinion, it was that bad. I was like, I'm fucking done, bro. Daryl kills Alpha with Lucille to save Negan, yay or nay? For that, no. Just for Daryl, Lucille, and saving, immediately no. They could do it. That's something that I would say would be fan base serving like, Right off the top of my head, that sounds whack. In Infinity War or Endgame, for me it doesn't matter because there was no substance to the events anyway. So I like them both. I'm not through the moon for them, but I like them both. Watching The Walking Dead halfway through season 8 mainly because I thought there were so many crazy. No, I get what you mean. Does the SJW community impact your decision to include other cultures, religions, sexualities in your comic? Do you feel like you're forced to include everyone so no one's offended? I mean, that's a real good question, especially now in this day and age. And no. I mean, I don't know if later I'll regret that and I'll be like, well, fuck, I probably should have. But at this point in time, no. Listen, there was a big chunk of this story that was written 10 years ago. And I even talked to the artist and I was like, well, should we do this? Because there's people hanging from trees straight up. And I forget what I said, but someone made the comment and I was like, yo, see this comment? I was like, I don't know if the certain crowd is going to try to twist this into meaning something different. But the character walks down the street. Two characters are walking down the street and they find a body in a tree. And they're like, yo, this shit fucked up, And then they look across the street. There's another body hanging in a tree. They look down the street, and it's all bodies, every other tree going down the suburban street. And they're just like, whoa, this is like nightmare shit, right? This is out of nowhere, just bong. And then they walk a little bit, and the Tristan, now keep in mind, this is a neighborhood he knows. This is a neighborhood that's modeled after a real neighborhood, and he's going to his friend Shahid, young black male, and he's like, yo, something's wrong. And the chick's like, what? And he's like, well, this is a black neighborhood. And Katie's like, fuck's that got to do with anything, And he's like, bitch, look at the trees. Everyone in them is white. And the reason this impacts is, because you establish, all right, black neighborhood, everyone in the trees is white, and they're both white characters. So then you get that knock on the window near them, and they both look over, and there's this little black girl who holds up a sign, and the sign says, run. Like, get the fuck out of there. And there was I forget what someone made a specific comment, and I was like, could people really run with something twisted? I can't fathom it, but I would imagine someone would. I didn't sit down and go, all right, let's take this scene out because of the climate. No, I said, fuck it, do it anyway. Because that's how it is. That's the story. Take it or leave it. Funny backstory to that, when I came up with what was going to be included in that area, I came up with this elaborate setup of a hat with different twisted events. And then they had to go down certain streets. So I gave them numbers, and I gave the events numbers, and then I just drew it. I gave like 10 or 15 events that I thought were twisted, dark, and a couple like just random things. And it was all things that, again, without getting into spoilers, we're going to meet some of those other events later, so it doesn't really matter. But when I was originally creating the story, I wanted to do something that was kind of random based on random streets they would go down. And that's how it happened, just picking like, okay, this, and this. So that's how we got to that point. But it was integrated over time with, filling out the story. And we'll get a meaning behind that later, and we'll see who those people were and what they were doing and what was the point of that. But I don't sit there and go, like, I have a Native American female coming up, and it's one of my favorite characters. But I do that because I'm part Native American, Iroquois on my mother's side, and it's not just something that is there. I was raised in the culture, growing up, going to powwows, visiting reservations, going to communities, Native American communities. It was a big part of growing up that I fucking loved. I mean, I listened to, Native American music. We had all that shit hanging up in our houses, Native American statues and all this other shit. Just a whole bunch of different, like, in the culture. It was just something I loved. And again, we don't see a lot of Native American representation, right? So for me, it's not something where I tell everyone else, you need to make Native American represent. No, fuck it. Do whatever you want to do. But in my comic, we got a badass bitch that's a Native American, and she's a fucking warrior. You know what I mean? Not because she's a female and this is 2020 and we need a warrior female. No, because of her story and her plot. Katie's a sissy. She's a total sissy. And that's because of who she is as a character. She was a college girl that doesn't need to be tough. You know what I'm saying? And she's not going to be tough. In a little while, she's going to get her fucking face kicked in because she's not tough. You know what I'm saying? Like, so no, I don't make Katie tough because she's a female. I'm not forced to do that. She gets her ass fucking touched soon. You know what I mean? You'll see. It's one of my favorite moments just because of how she comes out of that and how it affects her afterwards. I think that's important. But no, I don't include people because of society. The three main characters, Tristan is random. That is actually based off of Tristan from Legends of the Fall, just a movie I loved with um, Brad Pitt. That's literally where that name came from for that character. Lazaro is Cuban after one of my best friends who's Cuban, and Shaid is one of my other best friends who's black. And that's it. It didn't come to the society. We needed representation. It wasn't any of that. It was literally, I have one best friend that's black, I have another best friend that's Cuban. Boom. I'm using their names, using their race as a little homage to them. That's it. Have you ever thought about that in Cindy? Okay, I already answered that in detail, homie. What does Halloween Kills need to change to be better than Halloween 2018? Scratch all the other setups for Halloween. Oh, this is who, and here's, Michael Myers. No, it needs to fold right into the shit and keep it on fire the whole time. Do I watch the Joe Rogan podcast? No, but I catch some of the vids. Sorry, you like that in Spin? I love that. I think that idea. And again, some of it might not read as smooth as when I'm writing, I'm visualizing it as actors and people and playing it out. I think on screen that could come off really good with that sound, that atmosphere, and then that realization hits like, yo, there is something way off. Because at first they thought some dude just randomly hung himself on a street, and it's pouring down rain, so they're ducking their heads trying to cut through real quick. It's not like it's a sunny day. They're looking around seeing all these bodies, so it happens piece by piece. Q&A. Alpha is 100% getting her comic death at this point. All the interviews hinting otherwise goes to prove that. Probably. I hope the cinematic universe trend is almost over and more movies will be standalone like the Joker. Nah, bro. Sorry to tell you, but it's not happening. Cinematic universe is going to be around for at least another decade with different things. Hollywood doesn't give up that easy. They don't at all. There's another decade lined up for a cinematic universe. Here's how it goes. You get an overabundance of stuff, and then people break off and do other stuff, and since society is so sick of the usual, they go for it. Hollywood's so stupid, they go, oh my God, cinematic universe is making money, let's do this. Everyone does it, and then the other person gets sick of it. Finally someone makes something different, and we jump on it because it's different. And here's the thing, is like, you just gotta maybe be a little more self-aware instead of going, okay, there's less risk here, let's just jump on that. Whatever. Anyhow, Katie is a sissy. Don't hurt poor little Katie. I love her. I love Katie too, but Katie's got one of the, what if we draw it right, one of the most visceral moments like ever. And if we ever get the chance, or if someone ever gets the chance to translate that to on screen, not only would it would be one of the most rated R moments, but, and again, it has to be filmed right, but it's one of those queasy moments where it's going to be hard to sit through, just because of the the specific scene that's going on there. But I can't wait. I think it's cool. And again, it's a simple thing. If you're thinking of this whole elaborate, no, it's simple, but it's brutal. Native American here too, bro. Choctaw. Sorry, just joking. Have you listened to Nako Bear? No, I haven't. He's native mix, great mellow music. No, I have no idea, brother. This is like, I'm a kid growing up, and these are all the rain dances, all the different tribes, and yada yada yada. That's why I have a Native American tattoo. That guy's Cherokee though, so don't snitch on me. On my mother's side, it's Sioux and Iroquois, or I'm sorry, I might have that mixed up. Iroquois on my mother's side, and then because we have Polish on my mother's, Polish and Native American. On my father's, it's Italian. I'm sorry, Sicilian and Native American. So on my mother's, it's Polish and Iroquois, and my father's, it's Sicilian and Sioux. So it's on both sides, but it's split apart by that. And it was just whatever was there at the reservations. I don't even know how they do that nowadays. It wasn't like a specific artist. It was, here's the cultural hand-me-down type music. I just fucking loved it, a lot of it. But again, we're talking when I'm a kid growing up. I think the last time I did listen to anything like that was when I was like 20, Robert Kirkman, what are you talking about? I didn't watch Vikings. No. Again, I'm not watching Vikings probably for a while. I already watched it, watched a few episodes. It looks solid. I'm in no rush to binge watch it anytime soon. I need a few months. I'm not, when I say my schedule is frustratingly packed, I'm not kidding. Vikings has got to wait. There's no reason to binge watch it right now. I don't even have the time if I want it, unless I stop this stream right now. And what time we got? Yeah, I got 30 more free minutes, I'd rather just stream. My dad named me Tristan from The Legends of the Fall, and let me just say, what a great movie. Really all-time great. I love Legends of the Fall. It's one straight ride of depression, Flaws and Oz would be good for Legends of the Fall. Yeah, Kirkman's an asshole in the chat. Fake Kirkman. Movie you don't like, Last Jedi, Flaws and Oz? Maybe. But again, I don't know. I'm struggling if should we do Star Wars A New Hope and then go to the new ones, or should we just... I'm not going to start with just The Last Jedi, because a lot of what we're counting is set up in The Force Awakens. So we have to do Force Awakens first no matter what. That's the part that I'm so frustrated with. Were you able to check out the suggestion, Light of My Life, Father-Daughter, Apocalypse Setting? Oh, no. Not, like I said, I'm not watching any movies, any shows anytime soon, within a few weeks or something. But I put it on my list. I looked at it was a little image of, what was that, Casey Affleck holding up the kid or something. I got it on my list ready to rock and roll, but I only had time to watch the Joker clips when I was doing the editing for that. I didn't watch any other movies. Is Indiegogo for phones only, or can I download the comic on my laptop with it too? Indiegogo will not be for downloading anything. No. Indiegogo is for, I'm sure there will be a download, but that's to your email. Indiegogo is in the future only for buying the physical copy of the volume number 1, which contains all 5 volumes. If you're interested in buying anything outside of that, it's doomsdaykingdom.com. You can get the digital and physical on doomsdaykingdom.com. But the Indiegogo will be coming up probably next month, where we're going to do the volume. We're still selling issue 5 alone on our website soon. But the volume all together with the bonus stuff, we're doing that on Indiegogo. And again, I don't know what you mean by downloads because that's through your email, and that has nothing to do with Indiegogo. That's just an area for us to, a platform for us to show off what we're selling, you know? Favorite food? Probably pizza. Do I like the movie Apocalypto? Yeah, it's crazy how they got a lot of it looking the way they did. No, it said Palermo, Mexican Choctaw, or whatever that is. Blew my mind, bro. I always pronounce it wrong. To default, I say katana, but it is. If you guys watched, what's it called? With fucking Russell Buffalino is actually from the same neighborhood as my grandfather. The fucking Hoffa movie, The Irishman. He says it better. Chiantana or something. I call it katana because that's how it looks when it's spelled. But yeah, that's where my grandfather and Russell Buffalino were from the same neighborhood. I gotta look that up now. How do I pronounce Chiantanta? Sicily. No. Yeah. Catania? How do you pronounce that? Come on. There we go. Catania with an I. Pronunciation, brother. Catania. Whatever. Catania. See why when I was younger I just said katana? Who gives a shit? Catania. Something like that. Can you tell us the next Flaws and Awes? No, I can't, honestly. We didn't pick it yet from the list. No, I'm sorry. The Walking Dead is the next one. Walking Dead 101 will be the next official. Movie Flaws and Awes? I don't know yet. I didn't start it yet. What kind of advice would you give a 19-year-old who has dreams and aspirations to be a musician in today's world, or anyone who's looking to get into an already saturated field? The best general advice is you got to do it. You got to do it 100% every day. Every single second, and I would say even bury some of your, if any, of ego and dignity. You got to get yourself out there and do it. And if you're not doing something every single day, bro, you're wasting your time. Someone else is going to get there ahead of you. You know what I mean? Find something also. Don't just show up as generic white guy, generic black guy. And unfortunately, this is something that you got to do, but find a little bit of some style, something. Be like a cartoon, something where it'll people can recognize you from that. Fucking Eminem back in the day, Slim Shady, the fucking hair, you know, not just a white boy in hip hop, but the hair. Find something like that, like a gimmick. And this is not new shit. This is shit that people talked about back in the day through anything when it comes to entertainment. And even I was like, come on. If you got talent, you got talent. You don't need gimmicks. Nah, you need gimmicks, you know. Unless you're a hot bitch, you know, ready to put in some work on the side, because that'll get you to the top right away. But if you're a dude, then, listen, gimmicks, but you got to be real with it. But you still need the gimmicks. Looks, and you got to be hustling 100% all the time, every day. You got to get it. Because, listen, you're going to be 28 before you know it, and you're going to be like, holy fuck, you know? Wow. Because at 19, you're going to have all the fire in the world to get it done. When you're 28, you're going to be like, well, fuck it. You know, I'm already half dead. You know? Fuck it. All I am anymore is a man looking for his wife and son. Anybody gets in the way of that is going to lose. Oh, good tip on that, because I like the extended episodes with the gore. Book, yeah. Do you guys want to read the articles for The Walking Dead now? What budget would The Walking Dead need to be to melt our brains each episode? Minimum of $5 million each episode. Minimum. And stop saying in the chat, fucking budget is $3 million, fucking 3.4. I looked that up again and I'm like, that was the last announced budget, but I'm taking my source over an article you read on the internet that is mad old. My source has 100%. First off, I have two solid sources, and one of them, don't forget, was the one that told us Rick isn't dead, you know? But I'm not into spoilers, so I kind of botched the delivery. I'm kind of happy I did, but I made the video that Rick isn't dying, you know what I mean? But I kind of botched his little coded meaning, because again, I'm not hitting people up for spoilers, but I'm fucking telling you, bro. Especially the one guy. I don't want to like blow his spot up, but he comes out of certain meetings. I'm telling you right fucking now. You know what I mean? I'm going to take his word for it over you read an article on Google. The budgets are awful on The Walking Dead right now. It's terrible. Don't fucking tell me it's 3.4. You're out of your mind. You're Googling shit. And no, we're talking to people who are legitimately in meetings and in the industry. No, I'm going to believe them. 100%. Issue 4 sold out. Nah, don't worry, Lewis. Relax. We're going to be doing a restock. With issue 4, we used a different printer, so we got to buy in bigger bulk each time. It's not like with the other issues, we could just buy 10 issues and stock it up. We need to buy 100 at a time or whatever it is, and we're going to be doing that soon. So just hang in there. We're going to be loading something up. I got to double check. I mean, I know we have the signature series, but those are the special edition. You might not want that because that's like $50 a pop. Comes with exclusive artwork and all that, though. Fan of Kevin Smith? I really don't care about the Jay and Silent Bob, to be honest. No, the Predator game is not single player. When am I getting a dog? Well, we already got a dog. It's not ours, but families live next door, and the dog's here every fucking night because he sleeps on the bed with Juliet as a guard dog. I'm not getting another dog, though. Not right now. Is AMC Premiere worth it? For me, it is 100% because I can watch the episodes early. If you don't want spoilers online, it's well worth it. $5 a month, and you watch all the episodes 48 hours early. Irishman Flaws and Alls, that would be a long video. Yeah, I'm not doing that anytime soon. That's one of those big-ass donations come in, and they're like, oh, I really want Flaws and Alls. And I go, oh, I have to now, you know? When do you think Hollywood will stop appeasing SJW and get back to balance? Well, it's not just like they're, looking out appeasing them. Some of them are them. So they're never going to stop, And it's only going to get worse. Keep in mind, this SJW, anti-SJW, a lot of this shit is springing forth because of technology and where we are. You know what I mean? Shit was very different when I was growing up because you couldn't go on the internet and tear someone down by building mobs and going after people because you're offended and blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? Those were Karens. Karens got together with other house moms, and they went after, fucking people and shit like that. So we really need to see how the dust settles and how we move forward, because whether we like it or not, we all got to work together moving ahead. It's not like, in 10 years, everyone's going to come to reality and go, oh, okay, let's stop being offended so much. No, you're still going to have the same amount of people. I remember back in fucking the 90s, people were going crazy offensive over ridiculous shit. And to be honest, it's the same now. It's always the same. It's how we balance it within the different platforms we have. That's the only thing that's changing. It's not the people or whether they're more offended. They were offended back then. We just heard about it differently. The platforms are changing now, so we're hearing about it instantly and in masses, and especially with the Twitter and yada, yada, yada. We just need to see how that all settles. What budget would you think The Walking Dead? Yeah, I'm sticking with $5 million at a minimum. When are you getting a dog? When are you getting a dog? All right, read that. Blah, blah, blah. When do you think Hollywood will stop you? All right, read that. Go in order of how Star Wars movies were released for flaws and alls. I just got through watching Last Jedi tonight. Managed to avoid spoilers till was able to see it. How the fuck did you do that? Q and I know you're not into politics, but what are your thoughts on the recent tensions in the Middle East? I don't really care, to be honest. I mean, even if I cared, what am I gonna do about it? What can I do about it? What are you gonna do about it? What is anyone gonna do about it? Us? No, we don't fucking got any power or pull. Get out of here. I don't care. I mean, even if it was something that I worried about, like, oh my God, we're gonna go to war. Who gives a fuck? I can't control that. I got my guns. When it comes to it, I'll do what I got to do against whoever I got to do it against. You know what I mean? Fuck it. Come at me, bro. When you think Hollywood will stop a piece, how the fuck did I get back up there? I bet the budget is more than 1 or 1.5 million. Hellas. The budget right now, at an estimated inside source, is 1.8 million. And again, that is, as far as I'm concerned, that's concrete. We have people looking into it. Me and a couple other people that have kind of sort of sources. I'm doing a poll. I should say I'm doing a poll with people with different sources, and I'm gonna pull an average, and I'm sticking with that. Right now, the most concrete source is 1.8. Yeah, I'm gonna check that out. Juliet traded the cat for the dog. No, the cat and dog get along. They hang out. They're chilling. Probably chilling right now together. 7, Flaw and All. I would like that. Red State. I don't think I watched that one. Cyberpunk genre. Yes and no. I look at some of the artwork and I'm like, that's cool. But other than that, I'm not really into it. Rick Gervais' speech. Yeah, I liked his speech in Hollywood. I loved it. Especially when he told actors to shut the fuck up when you're getting your award. Just get your award and get off stage. Because that's the truth. I see so many people that were like, how dare he tell actors not to have a voice? No, you can have a voice on Twitter, on, fucking YouTube. You can have a voice anywhere. Don't walk up to get your acceptance award and tell the people watching what to do with their lives. Shut the fuck up. Get your award and go home and do it. Go on Twitter to do it. Go anywhere to do it. And I have the same feeling when it comes to sports. And I know some people one guy stalked me for 3 months, bro, with hate messages and yada, yada, yada. He went nuts because I said the same thing about sports, which I don't understand. If you go to play the thing, throw the fucking ball, you dummy, and that's it, And I don't care whether it's basketball, football, baseball. I don't give a fuck. Do the sport, and that's it. You want to have a thing or a movement, do it afterwards. Do it when you're not. But when it comes to the sports, get your job and go home. I have the same for everyone. I don't care who you are or what you're doing. When you go to work, shut up, go to work, do your work, and go home, and then have a voice. Would you be upset if Negan doesn't kill Alpha? I wouldn't be upset, no. With the whole Michonne situation, I don't think she's going to get to say goodbye. I do think the reason that leaves is connected to Rick. It doesn't have to be connected to Rick, no. In all reality, I mean, it shouldn't unless they know what they're going to do with her. If they know it's going to connect and they got that all locked down, then okay, go ahead. But if it's still unsure, then no. You need wiggle room. Agree on technology, Ronnie. It's made us strong when it comes to medicine and military. When it comes to social media, it's made us a bunch of entitled pussies. See, and again, I'll still partially disagree there. Even if you look at old, 1980s, 1970s, 60s, 50s, there's a lot of pros and cons within the society, and you still see a lot of the same repeated patterns of people offended, of this, of that. Look at the fucking 20s where they were outlawing booze and they got offended with girls wearing stuff that was above their knee on the beach and shit like that. There's so much different movements. A lot of the people in overreactions and different opinions and views. A lot of it is pretty much the same, but it's the platform that's changing and how it's getting out there. So when you have so many people on these newish social medias, and it makes it feel like it's so different, but when you trail it through history, it's so much. It's identical. It's crazy. It's like you could predict it. Have you ever done psychedelics, acid, and mushrooms? Is there anything else? DMT? Never did DMT. 1.8 million is pathetic for a show this magnitude. I agree. Do you think people miss a lot of opportunities to be financially successful due to the fear of failure, of never stepping out? Yeah, sure. I bet you there's tons of people that do that. Now, do you believe in any sci-fi themed conspiracy theories? Probably not. I mean, I love conspiracy theories just for the creativity in them, but it's been so long since I've looked at any. Well, I don't know how you did that, Angela. More power to you, though. I'm not in VR gaming, though. I don't have the setup for it, so I love the idea. One day, maybe, but not right now. Do you have any advice for a 19-year-old wanting to start their own business? Also, was college important? I mean, that's tricky. If I can go back in time, I probably would have tried to do college. I came from a bit of a different background, though. The internet wasn't, on and popping as much as it was now, especially. And I came from a background of laborers. You know what I'm saying? School was not important because when you get out, you're just going to break your back at work anyway. So that's what I did. I just went right into the factories. You know what I'm saying? And that's how the worldview was sculpted. Don't fantasize or dream about anything different. You go to factories, you do this, you do that, and that, yada, yada, yada. So I don't know. I mean, for certain things, I think if I can go back in time, I would go because I don't know the experience of going to college, and I don't know. I can't tell you. I didn't go. You know what I'm saying? I barely made it out of high school. I got thrown out of school in fucking 8th grade. I think that was the last grade I did. I got thrown out in 8th grade. I was gone 9th and 10th. Worked on a plantation, ripping out trees, cutting roots, and burying them. Had a few other different jobs. Well, maybe just that and something else. I forget what the other one was. And again, I'm like 13, working with other grown men and women. And then I forget what it was. My brother was going back to school for senior year, and we took a test, me and my brother, because we were out of school for 2 years. And I went back for 11th and 12th, and then he went back for 12th to graduate, get the diploma. But so I don't know, but I would love to figure it out. If I can go back in time, I would go straight for what I always wanted. I would go right into filmmaking, some type of filmmaking, fucking anything. You know what I mean? Back then it was a little bit. Again, it was different because it was so many voices around me saying, shut up and go to the factory. That's it. It's as good as it's going to get. I saved up money a few times to just drive out to California. I remember the closest I got, I had like fucking $2,000 saved. And I was about ready to go. I stayed in a factory. I worked for my ass off, stacked money. That's all I did. My house was bare, or my apartment, bare. I didn't even have living room furniture. Every cent I saved. And then when it came, keep in mind, I'm paying all my bills. I know a lot of people, well, when I was growing up, their parents paid for their car insurance, their cell phone, blah, blah, blah. I paid all my bills, rent, yada, 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 everything. So I stacked money. And probably the week before I was like, yo, I'm doing this, was a head gasket blew on my car. And at the time, I didn't know what a head gasket was, but when they were like, yo, it's a head gasket, I was like, all right, bro, fix it, And they were like, yeah, that's going to be like $1,200 for the fucking labor. And I was like, what? Yeah, that was a crushing blow. I remember that vividly. That stung. That shit hurt. Now girls wear napkins, sell bathware, and have OnlyFans. Yeah, pretty much. Did Epstein kill himself? No. He killed himself. If The Walking Dead viewership goes below 1 million, do you think AMC will pull the plug? No. Bro, they're not. I mean, it would have to go below 2,000 people watching all around the board. They're not. What people, bro? What don't a lot of people understand? This is not a. There's room to suffer in hopes of pulling an audience back, even when it does start to fail. Hey, maybe there's a contingency plan to sell the franchise. If it gets really bad, okay, we'll sell the shit. But is there going to be even a buyer at that point? Who would that be? I don't know. I played one episode of Michonne's episode, whatever the fuck it is. Nah. No, I don't think so. I don't think so because I played her Telltale game. I mean, maybe they could be. But I played that game and it was fucking lame compared to what you're thinking of. She just gets caught up with people and she's looking for a kid and then goes home. As far as anything substantial, they might be, the vibe of it might connect. Sure, I could see that. But as far as like the details and specifics, I don't know. Joke Flaws and Oz was the best movie Flaws and Oz to date. Thank you very much, Wade. I gotta grab that other drink I got in there. We can finish this up. Let me pull this. We have The Walking Dead. Where's it at? We have the Walking Dead articles, and I was going to read through these in the beginning of this stream, but we just got to talking so much, so we have The Walking Dead has no ending planned. That seems bad. Okay, so this is Forbes, and this is the same shit we keep hearing. The Walking Dead isn't going to end it. And you know what? We talked about this a little bit in the stream. I keep saying, and I'm always going to say it, this is making people money. For some people, it's making them a lot of money. You're asking them, when you want The Walking Dead to end, and I mean the franchise, they can end the main show fucking now. They could cancel and never show the next 8 episodes, and they can do literally whatever they want. Would they do that? No, it doesn't make any sense. Would they cancel it after 11 or 12? Okay, and then my brain goes to, it doesn't matter, because there's going to be some characters that cross over into Fear or The World Beyond or yada yada. You don't think it's an accident that The World Beyond and The Walking Dead are close timeline-wise? It's probably another thing that is potentially connected where it's a safety net or maybe they can cross over. Listen, let's see what whoever says, we're always in contact with AMC to ensure we're on the same page about moving forward. There isn't a timetable. We are continuing on. People are digging the show, and there's a lot more story to tell. I've said it. Angela said it too. The last issue of the comic reads like a pilot. There's a ton more story to tell as long as the audience wants it. We would love to tell it. So far, we're very much on the same page. And then I think with Andy's departure, we tried to sort of fulfill the whole of Rick's story on the show, and we had planned that for a good while. It'll be the same whenever, if ever, the show ends. Maybe we simply don't have to deal with it because the show goes on and on and on. Yeah, and again, here's the thing without getting too tricky is they have all the other shows where they could end the main series. Again, it's performing better, so I don't know why they would. And they can, scatter shot everyone in wherever they want. They can literally do whatever they want as long as it matches up. So as far as The Walking Dead ending, it will end, and that's why it gets complicated. But it won't end because the universe continues on. Scott Gimple's excuse for Fear the Walking Dead ring hollow. Here's another Forbes article. And I probably agree. This is essentially Scott Gimple is saying Fear the Walking Dead was so bad because we were setting up for season 6. And I think he's just being nice when it comes to, maybe he fully believes this, but I don't know what to tell you, Scott, but I'm a nuts zombie fan lifetime since I was a kid. I've been a psycho supporter of The Walking Dead. I watched the first episode and I knew instantly, and I've said this time and time again, I walk across the street, I look my best friend in the eyes, and I said, if they do it right, it was episode 2, not 1. Anyway, this is the next Star Wars. I don't know why I made that connection either, but I meant like this is like a champion franchise. And that was before I knew there was a comic. That was before I knew so much of what was going on behind the scenes. And Fear the Walking Dead, especially the most recent season, it was like eating dirt. It was just no. Right there, you said it. We've been lucky enough on that show to be able to do these long-range plans. Season 5 was about setting up the journey that these characters are on through to Season 6, and I think people are going to see the relationship between those two seasons. I think even getting to the very end of Season 5, the last few moments, really informing the whole season about reaching for benevolence and reaching for sweetness and art and blah, 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 fucking blah. Like, Season 5 was painful of Fear the Walking Dead. Just fucking painful. Who's that? Who are they? I don't even know who they are. Anyway, so yeah, you can have your own opinions on Fear the Walking Dead. What's this? Okay, so here's the main article. I don't even know if we're going to need to read that. Scott Gimple addressed the backlash against Fear the Walking Dead. And here's another article about the backlash. It's no secret that Fear's 5th season was not received well by viewers. What makes The Walking Dead work? Repeatedly added characters without killing off. Da da da. Okay, so that's the same thing. Fear was set up for the new season. Wait, was that my video? That's kind of cool. Well, that's probably that's Walking Dead stuff. I don't give a fuck about them kissing. That's so stupid. I don't know why that's even in there. That's so like, get the fuck out of here, bro. What are you doing? Your favorite Walking Dead characters could be coming back on The Walking Dead soon. And I would imagine this is because they mentioned there could be little snippets of story, short and long. And this is something we have talked about on this channel, where they could potentially do origin stories, little 30-minute webisode episodes, but have them on AMC Premiere exclusively and yada yada yada. They could have a never before seen moment, scavenging moment journey with Glenn, Maggie. And again, when I say these certain things, keep in mind this could be leading into some type of promotion. They drop this surprise, and I think it would be kind of sweet and neat. Keep in mind, imagine you're doing whatever the fuck you're doing, you have and pay for AMC Premiere, and you get this notification and you say there's a surprise mini Walking Dead movie, episode, whatever. And it's 45 minutes of a never before seen scavenging run with Glenn and Maggie on this one specific moment. And what would be a good time to pick it? Let's say between seasons 2 and 3, if they can swing it, or 3 and 4, whatever it is. It would probably fit better if it was a little later. But let's say it's one of these moments that by the end of it, it bled into Maggie's story more recently. You know what I'm saying? And again, this could be anything. Easy and generic would be something he gives her, like a bracelet that we never saw before. But again, don't do that. But do something that has more substance. If you're going to give Maggie a new love story that connects to the comic, they did that in the comic. Do a little throat's drying up. Do a little webisode, 30, 45 minutes, and it'd be nice to see Glenn back again. It would nostalgia, old school Walking Dead fans. Do a little 30, 45 minute webisode of them, and then by the end, it somehow in some way connects to him just wanting her to be happy, whether it's with him specifically or anybody. It's about, set it up like that with that theme. And then that, without connecting it directly there, would bleed into a scene that we see on the main show. The same, again, we flash to Maggie present day, utilize that same scene, but now add on to that, tack on to that. So it's like something that Maggie daydreamed about. And we see it in the webisode, but then when we see it in the main show later, we see what she daydreamed about. Little shit like that, I think you can make it work. And again, these would be, since it's smaller moments, tighter budget. You would have to make it more creative, more personal, more intimate. But you could really run away with it and add a little bonus something. And again, it would be AMC Premiere. You'd get the announcement, the special thing, you'd sign on, and then boom, you'd have this little personal moment just on Premiere, and that's not on the TV show. They don't have it to where it's messing with airing when, and then eventually when they build a back library, they can do something on AMC where it's like, hey, we have these webisodes that were on AMC Premiere. We're gonna air them the first time whenever in a marathon on this certain day. Anyhow. So that's just an idea for the characters. And we already talked briefly about Sherry crossing over. That was necessary because her story's so intertwined with Dwight. I just thought it was funny that they just revealed it. Like what? Anyway, I'm going to go grab my last drink and then we'll close this out. What time is it? 11:50? I haven't watched Witcher yet, no. I listen to streams at work and it makes me less bored. Thank you very much, Justin. I think about you workers. I wish I had many. I don't know what it would have been like. I mean, that changes the landscape. I know so many times sitting there in a factory working a CNC press and it's just pounding, like fucking 13 tons or 50 tons, whatever the pressure was. And it's like, and I'm sitting there staring at it just like, fuck, this is my life. You know what I mean? I would have give anything. I don't care who's talking. Just put a little headphone in my ear and hear a little podcast while I'm chilling at work. Shit, a lot changes. I was real stubborn when it came to the smartphone, though. I was selling drugs, so I was using the little burner phones. I was a beast on that. I had like 7 phones at once doing this, that, and the third. And then I'd have my little personal phone that was connected to an account. So since I had so many, I just kept like the personal one, different flip up types where finally, I forget who it was. I think it was one of my ex-girlfriends. She broke me down. She was like, yo, dummy, just get a smartphone. You could do this, this, and this. And I think that was when I started my YouTube channel. I finally was like, all right, well, I have my YouTube channel. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. So me and one of my ex-girlfriends, we drove up to the place in Wilkes-Barre. I got a smartphone. And I remember being like, yo, I can't believe I waited this long because it was bomb. Imagine putting technology off for so long and then getting your phone and realizing you're just making phone calls like an old school cell phone. But now I'm like fucking playing games. I got the YouTube on there, all this other shit on there. Yo, it was tight. I was an idiot for waiting so long, but beware, Ronnie. Spoilers for Who Kills Alpha. That fucking sucks. Well, I don't go looking anyway, so hopefully I missed them. Besides Kirkman, has Gimple been the biggest contributor to the Walking Dead franchise? Probably. I mean, he's been around for the longest, and especially now that he's chief content officer. Hopefully we'll have a lot more when it comes to the movie flaws and all. I even been doing a different setup where I'm typing it out, which I know that seems like such a simple thing, but it makes it a lot easier. Before I was doing handwritten, and with typing it, obviously, it's just more streamlined. So I type it out, and then I read over it when I print it out, and that's when I add the actual flaws and ahs. Just the way I do it, that way I can double, triple check that it's in the moment, it lines up, and it's yada, yada, yada. It should, instead of just doing it once and then keeping it moving, because sometimes you'll pick up on something, and then you'll come back to it, and you'll be like, no, that wasn't a good moment or a bad moment, it was just okay, and it gets like him getting fired, Joker getting fired, for example. It's not, in my opinion, it's not good, it's not bad, it's an okay moment, Else to the streams at work, it makes me less bored. Oh, I'm sorry. Kara Cypher with a $2 love tap, nut tap. Hey, cutie. Ricky Gervais. Question mark. Comments. I don't know if you're calling me a cutie or Ricky a cutie. Ain't that dude who was went nuts? Oh, I get what you're saying. You're saying, "Hey, cutie," to me. I hope. And then you're saying, "What about homeboy who went nuts on the Hollywood award show? What was it, Golden Globes or some shit?" I thought it was great. You know, I love rough comedy. I love roasting comedy. I thought it was fantastic. You know, just fucking have at it. Keep it moving. I thought it was great. Thank you very much for the dono. I am gonna run and grab my drink just real quick. Do you know what season had the biggest budget for The Walking Dead? As far as I understand it, it was somewhere around season 3 or 4 where they did a budget cut again, and that would have been around the $3.4 million. It was something in season 1. They stripped the budget for season 2. They gave the a budget increase in season 3, and the last. I believe the way I understand it, it was around the 3.4 in somewhere around 3 and 4, and then it got trimmed again. And that is why we see season, and that makes sense because in season 4 is where we get a lot more of the split storytelling. Now we get it in 3 when we introduce Woodbury, but a lot of that kind of fit because it's like, okay, you got these characters going over here. It might have been 3 now that I think about it, where they utilized that split storytelling, where they started planting the seeds since they got to talk about 2 different communities. Because then we got one of our first pilot bottle episodes with Clear. It might be saturated by the end of the year. I'm gonna watch Witcher. I just, like I said, I'm gonna get there. You're not even allowed to listen to the radio at work. That sucks. I'd sneak it some way, somehow. Where do you work that you can't sneak it? You haven't bought a new smartphone in 6 years? Well, I was the same way. I mean, once you get a smartphone, then it's all just little upgrades. Like, to be honest, I love my cell phone. I fucking love it. But the upgrades are tiny. Bigger memory, more apps I can add into it. The camera's definitely a little better, but not. I mean, you should buy a camera if you really want a solid, amazing camera. When it comes to YouTube and all the other features, it's the same as the last 3 smartphones I've had since. Just the screen's slightly different. I think this is literally the exact size of my last 2 smartphones. Galaxy, it's all the same. And yeah, I mean, I always had high def picture quality, whatever the fuck. So, yeah, I'm grabbing my drink. You guys, just wait a second, will you? Just give me a damn second. Remember when we put them in the sink and we were recording them? Yeah. Remember that? They got all like, they record weird. Yeah. Because they're shiny. Yeah, because they were like different colors. What are they called? Orbeez? Love you. Holy fuck. fuck was that, bro? I bought a little small thing of, I don't even know what it was. Apple whiskey? Holy fuck. Scratch that, man. Flavor-wise. Just, ugh. That's a no, bro. That's a fuck. What is that? What's the better game? I put the screen over the webcam thinking people will know, oh, he's taking a little break. He'll be right back. And then I walked away and I'm like, how are people going to know that? Why would that even make sense? But I'm an idiot. And idiots do idiotic things. So what do you want from me? What's the better game in your opinion? Days Gone or Last of Us? Last of Us. I personally don't know. I love them both so much. Last of Us. Here's the thing with Days Gone is you got that open world that's different, and that's what makes it frustrating. Trying to compare the two, is because when it comes to story and characters, it simply Ellie and Joel just made more of an impact than Deacon and his woman Sarah, whatever her fucking name was. It just wasn't substance wise, just wasn't enough. Didn't do it for me. When it comes to the gameplay and the world, I mean, why compare something that is definitely radically different? Does it have that base foundation of similarity? Yes. But it's like, it's a more flexible Last of Us in a level that is so incredibly massive because it's open world. I don't know why we need to compare them. I enjoyed the story better. Gameplay-wise, I don't know what to tell you because I've played both a ton and I've gotten the same level of enjoyment out of both. They're just so fun, you know? Ugh. What's a better game in your opinion? You wouldn't be mad if Negan didn't kill Alpha, but would be mad if Alpha killed Negan? Obviously, that would never happen. I mean, yeah, I'd probably be mad if Alpha killed Negan. That sounds kind of dumb. I love a great roast on Hollyweird. Yeah. You remind me of Chris Evans looks-wise. Really? Well, thank you. I've never fucking heard that one before, but thank you very much for that compliment. I'm pretty sure, right? Ain't he Captain America? Like, fuck, bro. Thank you. You made my year. Is it greed or is there financially people who tell them to be so cheap on the budget? It takes money to make money. Well, yeah, it takes money to make money, and I'm not going to pretend like I know all the ins and outs, but on a certain level, yeah, it's people who make money who say, well, if you put less money into it, we get to keep more money at the end of the day, right? And again, I don't know the specifics, to be honest, when it comes to the line of people who eat off The Walking Dead. I don't know, because you would imagine it's you'd imagine the AMC owns the whatever, and then you got shareholders. Again, that gets tricky because when it's that type of setup, who says how much to put in? Who pays that? Is it the company itself? I would imagine the money they get from the season is the money they put in the next season. So if they, give less out, they get to keep more. I don't know, bro. All I know is whatever's happening, it's not enough budget. And they're making it. Like, that's the thing, too. It's not like, oh, man, they're just getting by and doing what they can. No. You saw the one article where the budget that they give the show, they make in like 2 episodes or some, whatever the fuck that was. Let's say if it's 16 mil, let's even say if it's 32 million. In 3 episodes, I think the article was like in 3.5 episodes, they made back the entire budget of 16 episodes. I gotta go back and look. But even, let's say 4 episodes, they made the entire budget back from 16 episodes. When you think about it, just in that alone, you're like, I know there's promotion and all these other costs and shit like that, but, bro, oh man, bro, what? Oh, nice. This fucking apple whiskey is terrible. I'm done, I think. Yo, Ronnie, you said you wouldn't be mad if Negan didn't kill Alpha, but would you be mad if Alpha killed Negan? Yeah, I'd be mad. I know it would be. Yeah, I'd be mad. Hell yeah. Negan shouldn't die not right now. It's stupid. Grown straight up. No pussy fruit flavors needed. What my entire bottle of whiskey is gone, homie. I mean, I don't know if you want to run over here and deliver me a fresh bottle of whiskey. I don't know what to tell you. But the only thing left was some apple tester that they gave me at the store that came with the bottle of whiskey. And it was literally down to the last little, the single shots, the testers they give you. Well, it's connected to the top of the bottle. I don't know what you want me to do about that. Take it off and throw it at the guy at the counter? No, I'm going to fucking try it anyway. You know what I mean? Some flavor stuff is fucking good, This isn't. Apple vapes too, I'll be honest. I think it's just me and Apple. It's just, no, fuck no. I'd rather just eat an apple or apple candy. iPhone users upgrading their phone every year. I don't believe in that upgrading every year. I upgrade every 3 years minimum. How many issues? At the moment, I'm keeping it simple. 100 straight at the moment. It was designed for a little more, so I don't know. But just to make it easy, a digestible number, it 100% has an ending from beginning to end. But let's just say it's a 100-issue arc. That's a good chunk of story. It's not 20 issues. It's not 30. That's why it starts the way it does, and the next few issues are the way they are. This is a get ready, because this is a lengthy story. Show off my kegger? Why would you want that, Richard? Why would you want to do that to these people? Kara Cypher with a $5 love tap, nut tap, and a fondle. Says, oh my God, I'm obsessed with you. Have a good night, handsome. You are so real. I love everything and support you. Support what you do, babe? Well, thank you very, very much, Kara. Why aren't you in my neighborhood? I go down the street and people are looking at me like a leper. What the fuck, bro? Where are you at? No, in all seriousness, though, thank you very much for the compliment. I do appreciate it, and have a good night. Well, if AMC orders 16 episodes and money is made on 4, damn. Great business model. I can't say anything. I'll have to double check, but like I said before, now that I think about it, I'm almost certain, because I believe the numbers were 11 or 12 million an episode profit, and if that's, I thought you were the cat, bro. I was about to slam that door. Get out.
Son, remember.
What?
Put on a happy face.
Get out of here, you psycho. Yeah, did you watch My Flaws and Oz?
No, not yet.
Why not?
Because I'm a gangster.
You're no gangster. You're a punk. Go watch My Flaws and Oz or you're grounded. And go to bed.
Happy face.
Get out of here and go to bed. Apple flavoring is trash. Fresh is good. Same with watermelon. Yeah. Is it apple whiskey or green apple whiskey? Question mark. Personally, it was green on the thing. I like green apple whiskey. Get out of here. Shut the door. Don't let the dogs in. And go to bed.
Dogs.
Cat.
I'm a dog to you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good night.
Love
good
you.
Night, Matt fam.
Hey, Ronnie, you excited for season 5? Watch My Flaws and Oz. Leave a like. Support.
Okay, by the way, I just thought you said, hey, Rhonda.
No, I didn't. All right, hey, Ronnie, are you excited for season 5 of... Wait, did I? Ronnie, are you excited for season 5 of Better Call Saul? Not really, I'll be honest. I'm interested in finishing them all. I'm a little behind, but I don't know. I just don't have that, drive. Have you ever listened to Oliver Tree? Probably not. Oliver Tree. Let me look it up real quick. Bacon Boy? Becca. It's past your bedtime, Bacon. Don't you got school tomorrow, bro? Oliver Tree. I knew that sounded familiar. Yeah, yo, that's a weird one. That fucking dude is weird as shit looking. For those who don't know, here's Oliver Tree. Weird as shit looking. Fan base is massive. He's as far as I know, he's this hidden beast. He might not be famous now, but in 2018, 19 or whatever, he was blowing up. And it's just like let me look silly, be silly, and have like silly and just strange visuals. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. But yeah, I heard of him. I've seen him. I don't know. It's tricky. Like I'm not into stuff like that, like Weird Al Yankovic or anything that's even when I was growing up, shit like that. Like when I want to hear music, I want something serious and real and yada yada yada. Something that'll move you, emotional. When it's all like slapstick and weird and all over the place, I'm
Have
like,
the rest of this.
give me this, you nitwit. Yeah, Jim Beam. Sorry, get her out of here right now. Get her out of here now.
Stevie, you want to say hi to
That'll
Matt
kill
and
you.
him?
No, just get her out of here.
Say hi.
Want some drink? Drink it.
Everyone say hi to Chibi.
It's Apple. The lid was on. Don't even start. It's Apple Jim Beam. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Crisp and refreshing. No, that's a lie. Apple liquor infused with Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. Okay, it is apple whiskey. Ugh. The apple is so potent. Any movies you're looking forward to this year? Oh, I'm sure I have them, but they're not in the top of my head. What, honey? Yeah, I don't think... What movie?
Chibi saying bye to y'all.
Yep, bye, Chibi. Go to bed. Watch she attack you. That'd be funny.
Oh my god, I swear. I'm gonna start a rhyme.
Hold on. Let me look. All right, honey, come on. I want you to go into bed.
Bye.
Bye. Love you. Movies in 2020, we got Top Gun, gross. Black Widow, whatever. Wonder Woman 84, gross. Underwater, I'm curious to check that out. Birds of Prey, kill me now. 1010, fucking whatever. Onward, James Bond, who's been neutered. The New Mutants, I thought that was a TV show. Apparently, I'm not paying attention. Mulan, that should have been stated cartoon. Quiet Place 2, I'm interested in that. Ooh, she's hot. Who's this? Dune? Oh, fuck out of here. Ghostbusters, yeah. Bad Boys. I like Bad Boys. For Life, though, the trailer looks a little lame. It looks generic, like Bad Boys generic. What else we got? The Invisible Man. Give me a break. Dude's like a multi-billionaire genius, and he picks the busted-ass, broke-ass bitch that he's obsessed with. Get the fuck out of here. Who is that actress? Who does she sleep with for that gig? If she's not dating or engaged or married to whoever's calling the shots, then you know what? Wow, I stand corrected. But get the fuck out of here, man. You know, that's who you're obsessed about, and you fake your death and turn invisible for that? What? What? How unbelievable is that shit? If you did that to Scarlett Johansson, I'd be like, I could kind of see that, you know? I mean, fuck. Even you do that for Wonder Woman, I'm like, man, I can see you're motivated. I can see why. You do that for that busted-ass bitch? What the fuck are you... What? No, I don't buy it. It breaks the immersion. The illusion's ruined. It's done. Free Guy. Fantasy Island. I don't know what that's about. Ooh, Antlers. I'm hyped about that. That looks good. Last Night in Soho. No. Coming to America, too. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Coming to America was our shit growing up, yo. Get the fuck out of here. Coming to America, too? I mean, shit, better late than never, I guess, right? Damn. What else we got? Halloween Kills. Yeah, I'm hyped for that. That's about it. In the Heights. Yo, the Heights was a neighborhood I used to live in Wilkes-Barre. That's funny. The Many Saints of Newark. That's Tony Soprano. I'm kind of excited about that. Yo, it's so gross. I'm fucking done. I'm done, bro. Oh my god. Fucking take that out of here. Venom 2. What is this? The rhythm section? I don't know. Call the Wild. No, that's it. We're done. Let me see what you guys are talking about. Right. Do you like durian flavored whiskey? I've never had that, I don't think. Do you ever? I usually just drink straight whiskey. I bought this because it was cheap and it's actually pretty banging. It's Benchmark number 8. It's pretty badass. Do I think The Walking Dead is missing running zombies? No. No. They don't belong in The Walking Dead. Can you remind me of how much the physical copies of Doomsday Kingdom are compared to digital versions? The digital are $4 a piece. The physical are $5 a piece. Unless you're getting signed copies or special editions, those range anywhere from 14 to 50. Depends if you're getting stuff with artwork, exclusive artwork or not. But yeah, if you're just getting standard, it's 4 for digital, 5 for physical. How much has being a father impacted your opinion on life? Also in your driving life and to become a father. Oh yeah, I mean becoming a father changes everything about you. I mean fucking everything. You know what I'm saying? I mean at least it should. It probably should. And a lot of it too is a positive way. I mean it ground me like I wasn't before. And plus, you gotta think like the hustle is real then because you got a whole life you're paying for. You know what I mean? And then in the future, that's all on you. You got to get it done. So, yeah, it changed you. I think a true degenerate is probably someone who doesn't change and just does whatever they want. You know what I mean? I'm sorry. We probably got a couple in the Matt family. I'm sure you got your excuses. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not just talking about because I know some people that got really screwed over with child custody and yeah, I'm not talking about it. I'm talking about legit. If you're just like fuck it, I ain't handling my duty. Well then I don't know what to tell you. You're a degenerate. Mixed apple. I don't care what the excuse is there. And again, that's if you're just like, oh, my life comes first. Mix apple with Fireball and tastes like an apple pie. I would love to, but I don't have Fireball right now. Good night, Chibi. Yeah, good night, bitch. I tried the Crown Royal apple. I don't remember hating that, but this right here, fuck no. Maybe I need more soda. I'm telling you, man, you should listen to Narco Bear, Native American Apache sings in English. Wolves are returning both great songs. I'll check it out. I mean, shit. What was that again? Maybe I'll use some of his music for inspiration when I'm doing the scenes. I like listening to certain music when I'm doing certain scenes for my writing. So for that character that's Native American, I'll put on her theme music. What would you like to see in Avatar 2 based on the success of the first? Who the fuck remember? I don't remember that shit. I remember I liked it, but that's a mystery why we're continuing with Avatar. I mean, I'm curious to see what's coming, but wow. Yeah, the New Mutants is supposed to be a horror movie. It's fucking not. It's a bump in the night. Like, if it's a horror movie, I'm shocked. But I already see the setup coming. It's a Goosebumps fucking horror movie. You know what I'm saying? Like a bump in the night. Ooh, scary. You know what I mean? I'm not falling for that shit. Yeah, Richard, that's why I don't. Well, I mean, me personally, I would rather people just not talk about spoilers because I know is the second it gets mentioned, you're gonna have people running off to find them, and you will have that asshole that goes, "Oh, these people don't like spoilers." Well, I'm gonna run off. I shit you not. 9 times out of 10 in the last like 2 years, the people that spoil it, and I have to blow your spot up, but because you mentioned it, bud. But 9 times out of 10, it's people who mention there's spoilers out there, and then someone else goes, "Oh shit, okay," and they run off and grab it and come running back, and they're like, "Here's this here," you know. I just wish people just don't even talk about it. Me personally, I mean, I would rather just fuck it, forget about it. You know what I mean? Because I'm not into them. So what's the point of even? We don't cover them here, so let's just keep it moving. Plus, Maisie Williams is in it, so I'm excited. I get what you mean by that. I don't have any connection to that movie, though, so. Do a random flaw off for the original Mad Max or Road Warrior. Well, I mean, here's the thing. No. No, seriously, if it gets voted, I would do it. But if I'm doing a random one, and I like Mad Max. I love Mel Gibson and I love Road Warrior. And, like, you know, I grew up watching that shit. those would not be the first ones I just randomly do. I'll be honest with you, I'd do the thing immediately, right away. If it was up to me, if I'm picking, I would do the thing, something from Friday the 13th or something, you know what I mean? Just Nightmare on Elm Street, I don't know. I would do some shit like that. Mad Max would probably like 2021. I'll be real with you. It's just, I don't know what it is. And that's, again, why I want people to vote. Because I want it to be stuff that challenges me and I'm not thinking of. And Ronnie, I'd kill to make a YouTube career and I have a passion for it now. I have like 7 subs. I don't know how to grow. Any advice? Anyone have any suggestions? Yeah, bro, you just got to do it every day. And here's something that I did fail on. And time to time, I still fail on it myself. Don't be stubborn with what you do and just do what you, well, and this is a double-edged sword. Just do what you love and blah, blah, blah. Because if you don't have if you don't have something that stands out, about you when it comes to that, if you're doing something people just are not interested in, let's say it's something cool, but people just aren't looking for it. They're not interested. You're not going to get people to check you out. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how much you love that certain game or whatever you're doing. And then the same thing with like jumping on Fortnite just because it's the biggest thing ever. You got to find that sweet spot in between. But one of the main things is you got to be every day. And I've seen this a lot. I've given a lot of advice, and I think I got burnt out from giving advice because I see this all the time in the past few years where someone says, oh, it's my passion, I want to do whoop-de-whoop, not about you, but, and then they're like, how do we do this? And I'm like, all right, every day, do this, and 3 months later, they're like, fuck this, I'm done. And it's like, that's why you didn't grow. Because I didn't expect shit for years, and you're like, a few months, I'm done. No one, and I think that's why a big part of YouTube just flounders. Because you're talking like you want to get, unless you're coming in the game with financial backing and you know how to go in a garage and just break plates. Go shopping at Target, buy $500 worth of glasses and just smash them. I guarantee you get more views than anything you can think of right now. Stupid shit gets high views. Now, whether or not it's going to get flagged as kids content, I don't know. But, yeah, I don't know. I can go on and on, but fuck. That's one thing I do see a lot where people are like, yeah, I want to whatever. And then imagine when you get into it, picture yourself uploading every single fucking day for a year to 2 years straight. And then finally catching a break. If you think, no, I'm a blow up before that, well, then you're not ready, You could blow up before that, but your thought process going in needs to be, okay, fuck it, I'll do it for 2 years. But if you're sitting there thinking like, no, well, then you're an idiot, Or come in with some serious fire that no one else is doing, production quality, this, that, and the third, editors. I've seen people who were dabbling on YouTube and then they took a step back and they were like, yo, I want to do some shit. And they jumped in and they had this, that, and the third, and they had 1 million subs in the first year. It's a lot more common than you realize. A lot more. But these are people who've had practice on YouTube and they sat back and they put something together. They jumped in and yada, yada, yada. Anyway. What the fuck is that? Who is this texting me at fucking, what does he say? 5:46 or whatever. Are you going to do a Saws, Flaws, and Alls? Eventually, I would like to do that one. You say, ask anything. Why are you single, Beh? Well, to be honest, the very initial thing, I was in a relationship when my daughter was at the age where she was growing a bit attached, and I just decided to step away, and I broke up from a committed relationship around a little bit after I moved, and decided to have fun outside the house, but not bring any serious, committed, or long-lasting, not bring anyone around my kid, bottom line. I've seen a lot of people who just bring, and for some people it works, don't even fucking get at me. But I've seen a lot of people where it's just bringing people, and I don't know, it gets a little clustered. So for a number of years, I lived like, if I want to have fun, I lead a house, do my thing. And when it comes to home life, it's just family. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Now that my daughter's older and, to handle it now, she can emotionally, she's a little more solid than being a baby and just getting attached and not understanding. Now I'm opening up to something that's a little more committed, it's serious, but still cautious because I don't know. I mean, I think I run into a lot of people or a lot of females that are like, I don't know, man. I'm a little slower. Like, we'll see how this is. I don't want to commit to anything. Yeah, I like to keep my options open. A lot of females I run into are kind of like, I would like to sign that contract, and it's kind of like, well, I want to hang out a bit first, because that way it's so much easier to break it off. You know what I mean? When it don't work. And it's just like, see a mission. No, a lot of people are great people. It's just not meant to click. You know what I mean? Ronnie, have you heard of the YouTubers Red and Link? No. There's a channel, Good Mythical Morning. I heard of Good Mythical Morning. They're from Carolina, too. Yeah, I heard of Good Mythical Morning. Whatever, bro. Wait, Super Video Entertainment says, for smaller channels like myself, The Walking Dead spoiler channels, and channels doing random controversial theories left and right have ruined the chance of success on YouTube for the Walking Dead content. Well, you have to let me know, like, what specifically you mean by that. I will say, if you're getting into the Walking Dead heavy content, I'll be real with you. If you're into it just for views and growth, come up with the most ridiculous stuff and make it sound rational. That's something that my entire time on YouTube, I remember putting together something that I was like through the moon excited for, where this connected to this and the storytelling, and it was just beautiful. I was just like that thought and that breakdown and that analysis. As a fan, I sat back and I was like, oh my God, this is beautiful. If I ran into this video, this information is fucking gorgeous. And then you'll post it and you'll expect a yada yada, and you'll get a handful of people that are like, this blew me away. But then you'll look at some guy who just put up a video of reading this article, and he's like, yo, bro, what if like Negan, what was the one? Oh my God, I almost snapped. What if like Negan was like the secret father of yada 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 yada? And there's no way that's fucking possible. What if Negan was the secret father of Lydia? I remember that shit now. Yeah, there was a mad people talking about what if it ended up where Negan and Alpha got it on way before, blah blah blah. And I remember that video's like 17 million trillion fucking views. And I'm sitting here just like, what is wrong with YouTube? Or I'm sorry, but what is wrong with this fandom? And that's a big part still to this day. And we all do it. We all see that thing and we're like, oh my God, that's so outrageous. That's such a twist, And it's like, no, it's just empty. It's fucking empty. It's empty excitement. You go, because, I never would have imagined. Because it's fucking stupid. That's why you never would have imagined. That's why we never thought of it. Because it's fucking dumb, It's like, hey, what if she had a cock? Well, I don't know. I never thought of it because she doesn't look like it at first, I look at her, I'm thinking, oh, yeah, I know everything about her. But no, she fucking, Negan goes out in the woods, he butt naked, and she just fucking bitch slaps him with her pecker, Fuck, wow, that's shocking. Does it make it interesting? No. It's fucking, who would it win in a fight, Walking Dead crew or Zombieland crew? The bigger question is, who gives a fuck? I'll be honest, I have no idea. Oh, you mean like the cast? Because when you say crew, you're talking about people behind the scenes. I don't know the people behind the scenes, so I don't know. But if you mean cast, fucking, Walking Dead. There's a lot more of them, you know? Will you do a top 10 pieces of shit for The Walking Dead? Never. I mean, I don't even know what that would be. Bad guys, bad characters, cowards, because that's the difference. You can have a coward and a bad guy. Yeah, who the fuck is this paging me? I missed it. Where'd it go? Who's retracting comments like a motherfucker? I stopped watching Walking Dead almost 2 years ago, but I still stick around for you. Thank you very much, D Plush. Well, I appreciate that. I'm glad you like hanging out. I wish I was buzzed, Aaron. I ran out of drink, you know? I wish. Yeah, what if Alpha had a cock? I just thought of the most thing that would be like random. So it's not 2019 anymore, so probably no one's offended. I mean, it's 2020 now, so it's fine. 2020, you can't say that. If I said, what if Alpha has a cock? Oh my God, Twitter would go nuts. Twitter would they'd be right now charging after me. They'd be knocking on my door. What did you say, motherfucker? What if Crichton Dallas Wilton was Negan? Yeah, what if? I don't even know what that means. Rick and Michonne and Carol would say, whole Zombieland crew alone. Yeah, probably. Do I think Merle is the toughest character in history? No, I think he's the most stubborn, but toughest? No. Most stubborn for sure. I like Michael Rooker. He's got a good charisma to him. We live in a microwave society now, everything in the moment. In a lot of ways, yeah, burrs. Yeah, who the fuck is this paging me at 5:46 in the morning? Crack of dawn. I'm yawning. Isn't that how it goes? Do I like ASMR? No, not even close. I hate mouth sounds, like with a fucking passion. There's a difference when it's just shit you can't avoid. I mean, it happens. It is what it is, especially if you're doing live streams or what. I don't care what it is, but there's certain people that have, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but ASMR is like mouth sounds on steroids. It's get that eating shit. I will fight. Listen, if we're eating dinner and it's quiet or whatever, if I'm hearing you chew, bro, we're fighting. I don't give a fuck who you are. You know, I'll throw down with my daughter. We're gonna fist fight. I mean, I don't want to hear you eat. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's probably one thing that in real life will trigger me to an degree. Like, I don't want to. So no, I would never in a million years listen to ASMR. When it comes to the mouth sounds, when it's like some tapping and scratching. Yeah, there's a couple times where it's like I can see what they mean, where it gives you that calm. But for the most part, no. The majority of it, it don't do shit for me. I'm up for tipsy Ronnie. I'm not even fucking tipsy yet. I'm trying to get this apple shit down. Now keep in mind, I only had, I don't even know how much whiskey that would be, but it really wasn't much in relation to how much I could drink. Like, I need half of this bottle, maybe a little bit more, for me to get a butt. And it's a freak thing ever since I was younger. For whatever reason, when it comes to liquor, I don't know, man. It's like I just keep drinking and drinking and drinking. There's been times where with beer or malt liquor used to get me right. I mean, malt liquor used to knock me on my ass. But for some reason, whiskey and liquor, I don't know, man. It takes forever. Well, I'm happy for you, I guess, Aaron. What can the new Walking Dead show do to draw you in? Listen, story is king. No matter what it is, story is king. It's got to have a gripping story. I mean, that's the bottom line. What if Alpha had a cock? No one's gonna be offended by that these days. Nope. Hey, bro, just joined last stream. Wanted to say I love your Joker flaws and all. I'm glad you do. Let me look and see how many views that got. Yo. YouTube. How about you chill, bruh? How about you chill, bro? YouTube Studio. That's what I want. A little of this, a little of that. Nice. We're making $340 this month, gentlemen. It's so fucking depressing. Oh my god. All right, 2,000 viewers. That's a lot better than normal. With movie flaws and alls, man, I'm telling you. It's like a whole day. 500 people watched. It's like, oh my god, so much work went into that. So much. Like, please watch. Please watch that shit. More people watched the teaser. I really need to add a link in the teaser. I gotta remember to do that. I'm gonna do that soon because we're about done. We should have been done 2 hours ago, but I said fuck it. I have a 13-year-old, 13-month-old, 2-month-old. I make sure they're all sleeping because your stream is a happy place. Nice. I remember when Juliet was little. That was first thing. She was on a set schedule, man. That's one thing I was good with. I think I was like over prepared. Because it was just me, and I was in over my head. All my family was out of state. All my friends and, everyone I was associated with are either gangbangers, drug dealers, or in prison or dead. And I'm like, I'm in over my head. I'm a little bit fucked, So I figured it out. Went to Kmart, put mad shit on layaway, paid it off, came home, set up the crib and all that. When she, I had her on a timer. She woke up. Woke up at 8:30, and then took a nap at like 12, and then later in the day she'd be in bed again as a baby at like 8:30, and then she was out till like 6:30 in the morning, something like that. Didn't even wake up. When she was a baby though, like fresh from the hospital, every morning at like 2:30, 3:30 in the morning, I'd watch Dexter, I'd feed her, and then we'd both go back to bed. So she was on like a clock, but I stayed on that schedule, and she was, like I said, I got lucky, I think, because she stayed on that. And every day, I remember, she'd go to bed at 8:30, she'd be done. By 8:30, she passed out, and then I'd have friends over, we'd hang out back, I'm drinking, she's in the crib, it's just chill. I mean, it worked, but you gotta stay on it, Kara Cypher says, I'm obsessed with your personal life, too busy for a girlfriend. I mean, in a big way, yeah. And here's the trouble where sometimes I feel like it gets a little where it's too selfish, because I'd be working a lot, and then it's like, okay, now I have time for you. You know what I'm saying? What kind of relationship is that? So I hang out, but when it comes to something like super serious, I'm not into that right now, because I'm still trying to figure out where would I squeeze that in. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't have time. Once in a while, though, I do have time where, like maybe once a week. You know what I mean? But you get locked down with a female and they want every other day, every day. I ain't got time for that. I don't have that time. I mean, I would love to. You know what I'm saying? I'd love to kick it every day, but fuck, I ain't got that time. Maybe in my old neighborhood, I'd probably make that work. But it'd be with like four different females. You know what I'm saying? So, and some of them close friends mixed with some new chicks I just met or something. I'd make that swing, but I'm not in my old neighborhood anymore. I don't know. So if I don't know. It's tricky. Yeah, it's tricky. I'd watch the shit out of Merle and Daryl prequel. Norman has cute hair, but I'm not for the show. Prequel with them would be hard because you would have to have his hair make sense with what's connected there. Thank you very much, Kara Cypher. Are you a new member? Because it looks like you're a new member, but I could have sworn it would pop up on the screen. Good, I don't like chewing people. No, I don't like it. I did an experiment and did a video with a normal title and got 3 times less views than another one, identical but a bizarre, controversial title. Done. Bro, that's always going to be the same. Always. I don't care. There was mad times where I would see titles that for other people that were so off target, and my title would be exactly what the truth is, and people just click on the ridiculous shit, And again, it's like, I don't know, it's like it's a condition. People are like, oh, that sounds interesting, even though we know it's not exactly that. And then you just give them the same information the other person do, but the other person had a legit regular title. That's life, man. You got to stick with the ridiculous titles. That's what people click. I throw down with my daughter. Keep these quotes coming, bro. No problem. Have you read Black Science or Witches comics? No. Highly recommend them. No, I haven't. Haven't even heard of Black Science, I don't think. I don't think AMC provided a bigger budget for the new show. They might have earmarked more for the premiere and getting it going, but for the overall show, I don't think so. I can't drink this anymore. That is fucking awful. I don't like that apple shit. I want YouTube money. Aaron Paul, I'm gonna look you up, bro. Let's check you out. I guarantee you don't upload every day, multiple times a day. You don't have a set gimmick or a set community you're trying to build. And that's another key thing that's important is you're not just uploading to upload. You need a set community. And listen, I fail at this too, but I understand. For me, I don't need 500,000 subs. I'm not, the day I need it, I will stick with what I say. But when you got to build a community, build that community or, shit or get off the pot. If it's action figures, do only action figures. If it's movie reviews, only movie reviews. If it's this, only this. And if you're going to combine them, do it in a clever way where it's a good amount of substance, back to back. Aaron P. Let's see what Aaron P is doing. Let's see what the fuck is he doing. Here we go. Aaron P with 400 fucking videos, bro. Maybe I'm wrong. Why did you create a YouTube channel? Wait, hold on. You guys can't hear this. Wait, hold on. Why can't you guys hear this? Let me see.
I'm not going to stick to one thing unless you guys suggest it.
Why'd you create a channel, bro?
Forever, man.
Aaron, what are you holding your phone like that?
Spruce it up.
Aaron, and now keep in mind, I charge for this shit, brother. You're getting it for free. I charge for advice. For one, bro, don't tell anyone you're in the Matt family if you continue to record in vertical. What the fuck are you doing, homie? Yo, landscape or you don't exist. Bottom line, there's no excuse. Even if you're in the ghetto filming the nastiest fucking jump off brawl fight in the middle of in the street, I don't give a fuck. You turn your phone proper like a goddamn TV and you record it like a normal human being, because 99.99999% chance you're going to play something on anything, it's going to be in the shape of your TV, which is like a phone on its side. So the next time you record some shit, because I'm looking down and look, what are you doing here? Next time you record some shit, take your phone and put it on its side. I will never subscribe to someone who's recording up and down. Bro, I want to fight you. I don't want to fucking hear it. Don't even respond. Who's recording up and down? What are you doing? Landscape, bro. Let me see what you're saying. You're trying to defend yourself. I know you are. I'm taking notes. Yeah, fucking take those notes. It should be ingrained in your brain, brother. Don't ever, and this goes for anyone ever, wherever you are. I don't care what you're recording. You don't have to tell me what you're recording. But don't ever pull out your camera and go, oh, I'm going to film this. No, you just broke rule number 1. You're an idiot. I don't mean you specifically. I'm just saying. Don't film like this. I yelled at if you think I'm being tough, I yelled at my daughter like that. I don't play games. Yo, when it comes to filming something, film it proper. Because when I'm looking up most recent, like, knockouts and ghetto brawls, I can't stand these motherfuckers that are like, oh shit, look, there's a fight. Let me record it like an idiot. No, fucking turn that phone on its side. How hard is that? Look, I take my phone, I line it up with my TV, and it's literally like I got a phone in my hand. I don't even know why the brain goes like, let me record this. I don't understand. Like, bam, you get all that. Someone gets punched and they get knocked down, and it's like within a split second they fall down. I don't even need to move the phone. Look, I'm recording the whole fight. Done. Holy shit, he got thrown over a car. I don't even need to move the phone because I'm recording proper. I got the whole landscape, bitch, But if you're like this, oh, he got punched, he got thrown over there. Then you got footage that's fucking everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, no. Bam. Done. You Steven Spielberg. Oh, I'm not done yet. I ain't collabing with nobody. Do that after stream? What are you doing? Taking notes? You're going to take notes now, motherfucker. What else you got? Max Holloway. Okay, so you got 9 hours ago, 16 hours ago. Okay, so I was wrong. You are uploading frequently. That's a good thing. Happy New Year. 3 days ago. 3, 4, 5. What is this sports? Look at it. We get sports in Ireland. If I look at this right away, I think you're one of those bot channels that steals everyone else's content. I'll be real with you. What is this? Let me see what this even means. And listen, bro, I'm saying this to help you. Is this your video? Were you in Ireland in 2016? If so, why the fuck is it on this channel? Doing what? Or you're in Florida? Why is this on oh my god. Well, you just learned. What are you recording? An animal? I don't care about no animal. What's it doing up there, bro? You're not telling people, where's your banner? You're telling people what you're doing here. Nothing. There's no banner. There's no nothing. Let's click on ARP. You're wearing like 7 hats, so okay, I get you're being silly. You're playful. That's fine. You get some UFC, some baseball. So okay, you want to do sports? Or you want to look at your titles. Good Times in the Neighborhood. What game you playing? Why isn't the game in the title? I'm roasting Aaron P because he wants more subscribers. So I'm telling him, like,
what is he doing? Did he just ask for more?
Oh, wait, this looks good. Is this Red Dead Redemption? Oh, it is.
Did he ask for more in the chat?
No. Well, yeah, he said, yo, I want that YouTube money. So I'm trying to teach him how to get that YouTube money. Okay, so you got Red Dead Redemption 2. Is it in the Be Nice to Everyone? Yikes, that's not happening right now. All right, so no Red Dead Redemption, no gaming, no whatever in the description. I can't see the tags. I could look them up, but I'm not going to do that. Title, Good Times in the Neighborhood. Who are you trying to grip with that title? And this goes on and on. Cal Polkini. This is the shit you do when you're PewDiePie. When you have so many subs, it doesn't matter. Like, shit doesn't matter. You put anything in the title. Again, because you don't need the exposure. You really do not need the exposure. However, when you're growing, this needs to be a surgical missile with your titles. Everything, title, description, and I think the algorithm might have changed. I thought it was in the title, the description. You mad? I'm mad because you filmed in the wrong aspect, and then on top of that, your titles are ass, bro. Arthur Morgan doesn't care what you look like. You got Arthur Morgan in the title. That's one step. You're almost there. Got a bunch of Red Dead 2 here. Sneak peek of upcoming video. Pardon the sound at the beginning. I don't trust you, bro. I don't trust what's coming up right there. And then a whole bunch of random basketball. Is this a video game? That graphic looked badass. I thought that was real life for a second there. What do we got? What?
It's important.
Oh, what's up? Hold on. I'll check it out real quick. It's probably. Are you sure it was a knock?
I think so.
Where?
I heard a slight bang.
Front door, back door.
I don't know where. From where from?
It could just be the air or heater kicking on and off. Fridge. It made a weird noise before. Sounded like the compressor blew up or some shit. Like, how scared are you right now?
What was that?
The cat runs back and forth all the time. On a scale of 1 to 10, how freaked are you?
8.
8? All right, hold on. Let me go check to see what the noise was. And then I'm done roasting Aaron P. Listen, bro, you know what you need to do now. You need to be surgical with your titles, tags, and all that, yada, yada, yada. If you want people to find you on YouTube, you can't leave them just like randomly guessing. You need to... I haven't done any tags lately. I'm not shocked. Listen, fuck the tags. Get the title at least. Get the title, you know what I mean? People need to know what when they search for something or when it's connected to another video, and that's another thing with the YouTube algorithm. They're connecting videos, so if you have a video that's like, oh, my in-depth look of the Joker movie, blah, 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 they're going to connect that with another one that they think other YouTube viewers are going to watch once they're done with that specific video.
You said
so
blah, and it sounds like flaws and all.
Oh, so if you have random titles, YouTube is not going to know what to do with your ass. And that's why no one's finding your shit. You know what I mean? Because,
also my game.
Where the hell... Oh, sorry. Where the hell are they going to put your videos? Anyway. Hold on. Just in case. Oh my God, is that your foot? Is your foot dead?
I'm not going out there.
What? You can't be that scared. Listen, I'll be back. I got this.
Look, guys. I made a cut. It looks so real. I don't even need the blood. Get me views. It looks so real. It's fake. Oh my God. What a coincidence. You guys never knew it was fake. I know. It looks so real. It looked so real. You know what? I'm going to make another one because I could do them so quick and I could do them so good. Where's that little amazing $100 tool of mine? $100, guys. Here we go. Oh no, I got cut. See, that looks amazing. It looks absolutely beautiful. Just look at this. No. No. Juliet Rose Darren P. I can't be rude to people like that. I just can't be rude to people like... I can't be rude to people unless if they're my enemies. But my dad just goes all out on anyone, honestly. And now he's checking if there's a killer in our house. Yeah, there was no... I didn't hear no knock at the door or anything. There was nothing there. I just wanted to take my dad's YouTube channel, you know. Let's put that right there. Guys, everyone go to subscribe to my channel, Typical Juju, you know. Yeah, look how good I made this cut, man. So amazing, so professional. It's amazing. I don't even need to do anything, basically. I'm that good. That good. You know, let's all be honest right here. My dad makes the worst content ever. Oh my God. It is just like complete doo-doo, you know? Like... His new Joker video was pretty cool because I liked the new Joker, but like, otherwise that was, dude, like all his videos are complete doo-doo. So. No, you're not. I'm gonna towel on you. No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. That's a fat lie. Stop lying. No one likes liars. Crap, I hear someone. I'm out of here. I ain't getting murdered today. That scared me so bad.
There's nothing out there.
Sure about that?
I'm positive. I checked everywhere.
I baited you out just to get you. Not joking.
What?
I told them all to subscribe to my channel.
Did they?
I don't know. Someone said they'll tattle on me.
Snitches. Alright. Come on, I gotta
Wait,
shut
hold
it down.
Hold on. I just created. Can I use one of these sheets?
Yeah. Wait. Yeah. That's not mine. Alright. What are you gonna tell? Juliet is hilarious when I see the hangover. He's gonna laugh his ass off. What'd you do?
Nothing.
Juliet's been outsmarting me since she was 5. I don't know what you're talking about. Don't let that go to your head. I'm just being nice.
Wow.
Excuse me. Do a reaction video of you being roasted by a famous YouTuber. AP. AP. I was about to say, first you got to get a famous YouTuber to roast me, and I'll do a reaction. Yeah, I probably got bamboozled.
People were telling me to roast Aaron P.
Yeah.
Look. Don't read it out loud.
Oh, I gotcha. All right, now go to bed now, 'cause I'm shutting this down. It's late.
But it's true, though. Love you.
Yeah, I got bamboozled. Ronnie has legs. I don't know what that means. Oh, yeah, 'cause I'm always sitting down, yeah. Yo, we get Ronnie to watch your movie trailer vid. I watched the one where he was crying. That was enough for me. What do you think of YouTubers with 10 million subscribers just by playing video games? Well, that's a tricky one, to be honest, because again, that's tricky. When I first was put on to people watching gameplay videos, hold on. Get. When I first heard about that, I was like, that can't be real life, 'cause I'm sorry, man, but I can't. Like, what? In small doses over time, I've come to like certain aspects when it comes to, but for me, it's specifics. It has to be an engagement where it's with a person that, like, I have a connection with, where I understand a little bit more about. Like, I just can't find some random person playing a video game and then there has to be something else in the mix. So if there is with other people, that I don't care if they have 10 billion, you know what I mean? There's got to be something else in the mix with going on with it. So yeah, there's I can see both sides of that coin, where some people are like, how in the world can you watch people play video games? There's a part of me that's the same way. However, you're not fully understanding that the majority of the time, when it's not children, the majority of the time, it really is like a podcast, radio, you're listening to, because there's more going on than just watching them play the game. That's the part I make a connection with, but a lot of the ones that are kind of like, just watch me play this game, that's not fun. I'd rather play it. Unless it's with specific things, when it comes to, like, Fortnite, for example. I checked out a bunch of Fortnite games, especially when I started playing more and I wanted to get a little better. I would check out other people's techniques and what was I doing wrong and what stuff they were doing. When it comes to that, it's like a virtual guidebook, you know? So again, it's more complicated than just one thing. So when it comes to having more than 10 mil, that's fine. I don't care what they do. I don't care if they're baking cakes, you know? To me, they're both ridiculous. One person's cooking and has 10 million. One person's playing a fucking video game and has 10 million. Whatever. I really don't care. She got me out the room to hijack the channel. What a little shit. Haven't been on YouTube as often as I used to, so I haven't made this already or not. An office tour, I mean, I don't know, man. We moved into a tiny little place, and I didn't even unpack like half my shit. You know what I mean? So there's stuff in the background, but I didn't unpack the Joel or any of the 1/6 scale stuff except for the 2 Predators and what did I open? The Jason Voorhees and the Joker. I pulled him out because it was simple. But Joel, all the Walking Dead ones, all the Walking Dead figures, they're all boxed up. I pulled out the NECA because you know, they're small, easy to do. I guess I'll do eventually, and it will be on the Ronnie Hayes. It will not be on this channel. It'll be on the Ronnie Hayes channel, but it'll probably come eventually. But I don't know. Did Aaron just get a free shout out? Yeah, sure. There's his shout out. Has Juliet surpassed you in Fortnite? Skills? No. Again, you know, she's a kid. She's not thinking about it strategically the same way. Was there times where we play a one-on-one and she'll beat me? Yeah, you know. Fortnite is set up in a nice way where there's opportunities for that to happen. Where the fuck is my smoker? She's beat me a few times. She could probably beat me now every time. I haven't played in almost a year. In April, it'll be a year. Yo, Ronnie, where's that jean jacket? Remember, people hate it, but I loved it. I don't remember people hating it, but I'll take your word for it. But it's hanging up in the hallway. Ronnie, you watch my Walking in Movie fan-made teaser. I made an Alpha versus Neger one. You might like it too. I'll have to check it out, brother. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me make sure I get this. Slizzle, 22.90 with a $3 love tap, nut tap. What positive viewership does the new Walking Dead show need? Again, this is like one of those things where I don't want to just give a generic answer, but they're going for the younger audience. They're going for a younger demographic, 100,000 million trillion %. But what positive viewership does the Walking Dead need? Loyal. I mean, that's the number one. They need what most people in AMC is forgetting, I think. They need the zombie fans. Like, how the fuck did we forget this? Somewhere along the lines, they've come so detached from the material that they've almost completely forgot about the zombie fans. Maybe I'm wrong. But what they've showed so far is not something that screams, yo, zombie fans, look. Because they're the ones who are going to pile on. The Walking Dead got as big as it was because zombie fans are fucking psycho. You know what I mean? Now, I'm not saying that to be judgmental. I'm with y'all. I've loved zombies since the earliest moments of my life I can remember. That and horror has always been like a genre that, I don't know, man. It struck a chord with me. So when it comes to the Walking Dead show, new, old, different, side, webisode, whatever it is, their core audience needs to be that zombie, you know what I mean? That zombie fan. And listen, I'm sure there's more outside that aren't zombie fans that got pulled into the Walking Dead. that's great. I mean, I'm sure there's exceptions to the rule even, but that core audience are gonna be those zombie fans, bro. That's what you'd want. Yeah, I'm not real big on screaming on the mic. There's got to be a reason. I mean, when people have their persona as just being loud and yelling, like, first off, it's not real. It's not how anyone is. I know some people that are loud talkers, we call them, and they're not always like that. You know, they're loud and they're that's how they are. But you can tell when people are. You can tell when they're just laying it on thick. Rad Brad on YouTube has 11 million. It's literally just him playing video games, not podcasts or anything. Just a decent guy playing new games as they come out. Good dude. Yeah, well, again, here's another thing is, I forget how I worded it. I might have gotten off topic and blah, blah, blah. I'm talking about my personal tastes when I'm talking about the podcast thing. I'm not talking, you're not going to grow if you don't do podcast. So I didn't mean it to come out like that. I don't remember me making it. I tried to make it specific, like that's what I wanted. I could have just gotten, I went to bed at 5 a.m, woke up a few hours later. I could have bumbled what I was saying. And I know the Rad Brad, but in all reality, the views he gets is pitiful in comparison to the subscribers. And again, that's because not everyone is going to watch. And again, if they don't have that connection to the person specifically, and that's the majority of viewers, not just some, you're only going to get people who are, okay, I'm subscribed, he plays a lot of games, I'm interested in gaming, but they're only watching the games they're interested in, If it was people who watched for him first, game second, his views would be doubled, 100,000%. Does that make what he's doing any worse? No. You know what I mean? That's just the nature of the beast with a lot of different topics when you get channel specific content. But again, I didn't mean to make it out like you got to have the podcast done. That's, for me, that's only when it works, because I don't want to watch you play every game under the sun. I don't give a fuck. I want to play the game. It's only when it's like certain specific connections and people and games, and when it's like a technical thing or it's like an enjoyment thing. Well, thank you very much, Jose. I appreciate that. I'm not going to do another 24-hour stream unless there's a reason for it. I mean, we had a reason for the first one. Even with the first one, I thought, like, is this really even the direction we want to go? Because that was like a funding stream when we were moving for the internet. Think The Walking Dead is a base strong enough to support their endeavors? Well, and again, here we go to one of those questions that's you're never going to be exact with. The potential, fuck yes. But do they actually have them with the number of fans that are already frustrated and worn out? And we're not talking about just getting amazing, oh my God, you know what I mean, stuff over and over. We're talking about fans who have gotten like, oh, here's a lot of good stuff. Here's a shitload of terrible shit. Oh, here's some good stuff. Here's some ass. Here's some good stuff. Here's a lot more ass. And it's like, I don't need ass, but you're going to fucking eat it. You know what I mean? When it comes to those type of fans that were kind of burned out in that aspect, no, but yes, because they're still there. The potential's still there. Yeah, I would appreciate it if everyone left a like. What are we at? 3 hours and 30 minutes. I like chatting tonight. I don't know why. Tonight I was kind of like, let's just talk. Damn, Julia Hammy so hard left with that awesome bait and switch. She really did. She really did fucking, I went outside and everything, looking around like, what's up? You know what I mean? Because, I mean, you never know. There could just be some random weirdo. And I just figured, like, I might as well check it out, I checked different rooms. I went outside. I went to check the back door, front door, side area. I'm checking everything. Like, what the fuck? 24-hour live stream was fun. I watched it again if you did it, Ronnie. It would have to be with gaming content again. But, again, it would have to have, like, a specific meaning, like, purpose and goal to it. Wait, I don't understand that at all. How does someone with a wildly successful comic know when to go into gaming/TV? I have no idea what you mean. Like, and again, let me clarify. Like, go into writing gaming, writing TV, or do you mean like a YouTuber? Like, you have a wildly successful comic, are you going to go into gaming as a streamer, TV? That's what I mean by, because it's massively different answers for both. In a way, it's very similar as well. If you have a wildly successful comic, bro, then you're gold. You know what I mean? You got to work your way in based with planting seeds and seeing where it goes. I mean, do you have a wildly successful comic? We'll look it up and see where to line it in. But yeah, if you have a wildly successful comic, and again, if you're talking about going into writing gaming and writing TV, it's a bit tricky. Again, I think it is a bit tricky, but if it's wildly successful, you're gonna get people nipping at your heels for content. So you might get someone coming to you before you even make it over to there. Yeah, we got a lot of quotes tonight. I don't eat ass, but you're gonna eat it. That's the Walking Dead fan base in a nutshell. Make a 24-hour live stream to fund that sexy 2K Predator statue. That's a year away. That's a year away right now. Right now, I would need that just to keep things up and running. You know what I mean? If we did a 24-hour live stream to fund something, it'd be to keep this bitch running. Now, I'm not kidding when I said, I don't know if you're supposed to fucking show that shit. I don't think anyone fucking cares. Oh, where'd it go? Where did it go, brother? Yeah, I don't know if you're supposed to show that shit, but I don't think. I remember when I started YouTube, everyone was like, "Oh, you can't show," and then some people were like, "No, it's not against terms of service. You can show your back end and blah blah blah." But yeah, my stats. I don't think there's anything I can't show. But my stats on this channel is done, bro. I mean, everything's in red. It's going down now. Keep in mind, it makes $340 now. Keep in mind, this is an estimate. This is an estimate based on tips that had came in the last stream or two. Last 28 days, we had like $300 come in tips. And again, YouTube takes their 30, 40%, whatever it is. But it adds it to your estimated revenue. So, yeah, I mean, right now the revenue is just down because we got tips before and we didn't get tips now. So, but the channel makes between $200 to $300 a month. We just don't make much. We got videos that are deemed as not advertiser friendly. I will give YouTube props, man. There's times where I see that yellow sign and I'm like, oh God, no. And by the time I even refresh it, it's gone. I don't know how that works or why they take it away. I know for I was gutted for the Flaws and Awes for Krampus. I'll show you. Every time I used this thumbnail, they would immediately flag it as not advertiser friendly. And the second I took the thumbnail away and changed it with the one you see now, they would deem it as fine. Here's the thumbnail I wanted for Krampus. It's got the cool Santa face. This is a statue that Weta Workshops made. And then the concept art. So the concept art with the statue. And they every time they said no, we will not put ads on that video with this thumbnail. That's it. That's the one thing that said no. And I was gutted. So I went with this, which I really like this thumbnail too, but I'm pretty sure I went with that. I love the white in the hand, but I wanted this one, man. I thought it would have been so good, you know? Aaron P., thank you very much for the $2 love tap, nut tap. Good night as well, and focus on your channel, man. Bro, if you're pumping out content, I shit you not, man. What are you doing with? Get your titles proper. If people can't find you, if YouTube doesn't know how and where to organize and promote your videos, you're doing it for nothing. You're fighting yourself. You're literally sabotaging yourself. Go back in and make corrections on as many titles as you can, and here's the thing, man. Do sports or don't. You know, when it comes to sports, I would say just drop that shit 100. You might love it. All right, fine. Well, then just do like your own sports thing. But when it comes to sports, between copyright claims is a bitch. Gaming, it's probably fine. But you're doing these little clips that, and again, I'm not into sports, but they don't seem to make any sense. It's like, what is this? Get rid of that shit. You want to do some gaming, do that with some funny little side things. You know, done. Rock that out for a few months. I guarantee you'll double in size compared to what you've been doing. Because right now, the system doesn't know what the fuck to do with your shit, you know? Anyway. Yeah, Julianne tricked me. I can't believe she did that. Wait. Megapath presents. I mean you right based on comic. My fault. Yeah, I don't know what you're saying here. How does someone with a wildly successful comic know when to go into gaming TV? Brother, you got me lost. I don't know. I still don't know what you mean. I mean you write based on comic. My fault. Yeah, again, Okay, you mean you write based on Okay, so you're the writer of the comic. When do you know when to go into writing gaming and TV? I guess that's what you mean. If that's what you mean, first off, by that time, networking is key. It's vital. It's as vital as important as you are. So networking and staying in touch and contact with people, and don't burn bridges and yada yada yada. That's key too to get in there, because you're gonna have people that will, oh my God, we got this project coming up. Yo, what about Homeboy? Yeah, we're kind of cool. Let me holler at him, see if, yo, what's up? You got something that's, I don't know, horror with a little touch of it? Yeah, I've been working on something. Here's 2-3 different ideas. So I would say, and again, there's a tricky thing. If you're a writer with a wildly successful comic, not taking networking into consideration, I would say you're already ready to go to get in there. You don't even need to have a wildly successful comic. If you want to try to start earlier, you don't know where that networking can get you. Get in there. Why even wait, Try. Make it 6 Predator Statue Alpha versus Negan. The Alpha versus Negan bit watch. Who's better, zombie killing Predator, Alien Queen? I would have to say Predator. Alien Queen is just gonna kill whatever in her area, and that's it. Like a territorial. Good night, Ian. Jose Zapita. I mean, for one, I'll be real with you. I mean, I don't come on. I wasn't raised to, and it's something I do have to deal with, but I wasn't raised to go through some shit and then be like, hey, I'm depressed. You know what I mean? No, fuck that. You handle your own shit. I've talked about some bad shit on stream before, but I don't know, man. If you're not going to just power through it, I don't know what other option there is other than just give up. So how do I stay so positive despite everything you have going on? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm not positive all the time. I still let shit get to me too. You know what I mean? But I don't see any other option. You just got to keep moving. What else am I gonna do? You know what I mean? Just got to keep going. Fuck it. I had even recently, I think it was, I don't know, a little while ago, I got a letter from the IRS, and it was like, oh yeah, like 3 years ago, we did some estimate on your whatever tax return, and they were like, I forget what the specifics, but long story short, they were like, we gauged that maybe you actually owe us $400 more, like just out of fucking nowhere. They didn't specifically state what it was for, where the correction was. It was literally like, yeah, just let you know, we did some adjustments and we think you owe us $400 more. I said, fuck them. You know, I think it's been like a year. I think finally I'm going to get around to being like, all right, let me do a payment plan. Because at first it was out of spite. It was like, what do you mean, bro? If that was your mistake in the beginning, because it wasn't like, oh, yo, you did this wrong. No, it was straight up like, yeah, the calculations might have been off. So when shit like that happens, I'm just like, fuck it. I mean, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Fucking take it out of the bank or make me work it all. I don't know. Fuck it. I'll just do it and then, pull through, and I don't know. There's no other. I don't know. There's no other option other than just pull through. Mayor Bear, this channel has made me buy NECA shit. It'd be awesome if they sent you stuff. If they sent me stuff, I'd review it. That'd be awesome. I love the majority of what NECA does. Kevin775 with a $15 love tap. My man, you got me through some tough times. Just one a day. Oh, I'm sorry. Just one a day. Say you are the man. Your life experiences humble me and motivate me. Keep it up, Matt Mob. I thank you very much for that, Dono. I appreciate that. If you're into some life experience stuff, just to put this out there, I have made up my mind, and some of the story time stuff will be on the personal channel. I know a lot of people have been asking. I've been, ready to do some, talk about some stuff, but I wasn't sure where it should go, and I'm glad I waited, because now it could just be on the personal channel, and then we can just not worry about, because if I started it here, I would be moving it over there. So subscribe to that. Links are in the video description. We should be doing that in the next month or two. I completely disagree. Alien Queen can't be bit. Godzilla agrees. Well, I mean, here's the thing. It's another perspective thing, though. If we're talking about a one-on-one fight with a zombie. Maybe that's what you asked. But I just thought, an alien queen doesn't give a fuck. If she's doing her thing laying eggs, she's not even going to go near the zombies. But a predator, man, he's going to hunt. Well, then again, no. He doesn't kill anything without weapons. I mean, I guess if it's close and he senses a threat, you know what I'm saying? But if it's just like one-on-one, then yeah. I guess the alien queen, if they can't bite through them, they're just going to keep killing them all as they pile up. And they don't eat aliens, so, I mean, is that even a fair question? They don't eat aliens. Even if they did bite them, they'd just burn through with the fucking blood. See, that's why I despise hypothetical questions like this. I think I overthink it way too much. I agree. You guys changed my mind. Alien Queen all the way. Fuck it. Cool comic that might interest you. Post-apocalyptic futurist setting. Frank Miller's Ronin. I think I've heard of that before. I haven't seen Witcher, no. Would I rather watch the Star Wars prequels or the Hobbit trilogy? Probably the Hobbit trilogy, just because I don't remember most of it. I mean, I probably like them the same, to be honest. I might like the Hobbit trilogy a little better. The Hobbit trilogy I didn't mind, but it got really okay already with some of the action moments. And the CGI is atrocious. It is like rubber, people. It's like bendy figures all over the place. Just, I don't know. I'm a trooper. I'm pulling through. Yeah, well, I have to shut this down. I'm doing it now. I'm going to go to bed. Good night. Good night, Meow Cat Bissy. I got to shut it down, too. Those penalties and interest, though. Yeah, the penalties are going to be a bitch. Here's the thing, though, is with what they just sent me recently. Not recently, but what I'm going to handle recently. But they sent me like an update reminder. And it was like, yo, remember that $300? I don't think it's and again, keep in mind, this was not like, oh, I didn't give proper info, or it was legit. Like they said, oh, whatever their calculations are. So on that one, I don't think there's a penalty or fee, man, because again, all the paperwork was filled out how they wanted it, and they're just like out of nowhere give us a random. I almost threw it away because I was like, fuck, the government doesn't. No, it should say this is why, because you did this and this, and it said this, and because the program does the deductions based off of whatever the government's got going on. I almost threw it away because I was like, fuck this. I've never in my life gotten a letter from the government saying, oh, pay us $300 out of fucking nowhere. But yeah, I guess it's real because they sent me a reminder like, yo, by the way, pay this. I'm like, all right, whatever, bro. Anyway, I'm shutting this down. It was fun chatting with you guys. I forget. Do I shut off the YouTube first or? I don't remember. I think it's just the Streamlabs. All right, I'm out of here. Have a good night, and I'll see you guys in a few days. Remember, we are behind. I wanted to have the Joker Flaws and Oz done Tuesday. I didn't even get it done till Friday. I wanted to do Friday was I didn't even get it done till Sunday. Friday was supposed to be The Walking Dead 101, and then Monday was going to be 102. But because there was and keep in mind, some of that was Warner Brothers fucking. They kept blocking my video, so don't sit there and be like, "Oh, Ronnie, you sure took your time." No, I had to do re-edits, switch things around. If you notice when you're watching my Joker Flaws and Alls, you'll notice there was effects during certain scenes. You won't. The amount of times I had to do re-edits and re-uploads, and keep in mind, every time it renders, it's got to render an hour, half an hour every upload, and I must have had like 4 or 5 different uploads just till that cleared and it wasn't blocked by copyright holders. So keep that in mind. That's going to be probably a running issue, but hopefully it's not going to be for everything. For The Walking Dead, it hasn't been yet. So we'll see. Anyhow, I was not expecting Joker to get blocked for numerous edits and uploads, whatever. So it's late. I'm going to start The Walking Dead 101 next. That'll probably be up in about 3 or 4 days. And then I'll jump right into the next movie Flaws and Alls when we get that figured out. I'm really hoping we can eventually get on a schedule where The Walking Dead is every Monday. Even, you know what? Even if I get 101 done soon, I might hold it back to next Monday. Because then I could work on 102, and I know for a fact I have it on the following Monday for sure. So keep in mind, that's going to be the plan. That with some other, uploads, keeping what's going on with The Walking Dead fresh and relevant. Just a little refresher before I sign off. I'm going to bed. Love yous, Map fam. Peace out. I'm done. I gotta wait for it to shut down. Good night.